all empty. You can't stop the rain. You can't stop the rain. Let me stop. I cannot sing at all. But then you probably like, how you in the choir and you can't sing? Cause I don't know. Do you really need to learn how to sing if you're in the choir at church? Let's be honest. Sometimes the notes do not be hitting, but it's just all about the spirit. You know, they be like, the spirit of the Lord is here. You know? I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But let me put my phone on the charger. Let me hear what Ava. She's trying to get her to sleep. She need to go to bed. 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 Mm-hmm. I'm just wait until, cause this is gonna be a heavy topic. I don't know if a lot of, hey Cass, hey Gigi. Oh wait, shit, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Ooh, what's good with you? Hold on, y'all. I forgot to hold on. I'm happy. Wait, BRB, y'all. Let me put something up while I do this one thing. Welcome to the chat. Fresh to Death 24/7. I like that name. Fresh to Death 24/7. Let's watch this Oprah video.
The other most important lesson. Well, it's hard for me to number them, but let's say one of the most important lessons I ever learned from you. And I still am, I think I know the lesson, and then I'll walk into a situation and think that's that same lesson. And that is, when people show you who they are, believe them.
Yes, absolutely. A person says to you, I'm selfish, or I'm mean, or I am unkind.
Or I'm crazy.
Or believe them. They know themselves much better than you do.
Mm-hmm.
But no, more often than not, those of us who don't trust life say, don't say a thing like that. You're not really crazy. You're not really unkind. You're not really mean. And as soon as you say that, the person
lets you know
and shows you, I told you.
Mm-hmm.
I told you I was unkind. So now why are you angry?
When she first told me this story,
I'm back. Okay, y'all. So let's see. Let's do a roll call. Hey, sweetie. Hey, oh, you sent another one? Okay, I'm gonna check it out. So, oops, I accidentally kicked myself out trying to do this thing. Hold on. Wait. I'm gonna have to add it to the thing. Wait. Oop, hopefully. Okay. I'm gonna have to wait, first I have to convert it, y'all. But let's play this video as the intro, y'all. I'm gonna play another video as the intro.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys, right?
Boys will be boys.
And there you are. Your eyes are calling me to your heart. All you gotta do is knock, and I'll let you in. Then we will feel the got clothes within. I don't mean to be bold, but I gotta let you know I got a thing for you, and I can't let go.
Okay, y'all. So let's get to it. Okay, I have like a presentation style. Okay. Hey, mother. I know it's not gonna be a lot of people here because the topic is pretty dark. And okay, so we're gonna start with baby legs. Okay, as a kid, I did not participate in playing house. I was the only girl in the house actually, and because I live where boys typically didn't play indoors, right? Dang, we can't be snatching the paper. Hold on. So the activities I enjoyed as a minor include playing video games. I know y'all can see my little Nintendo. Hey, the Lex Prime Sports. Playing with dolls. Oh, I forgot to add the bicycle. But I also like playing with riding my bike, pulling pranks, playing basketball, and finally playing cards. Which activities did y'all enjoy as youth? Y'all can comment below. What did y'all play when y'all were kids? Like, what kind of games did y'all play? I'll let y'all do that for a minute. Yeah, one time, my stepsister did that to my mom. She's like, "You want a cookie?" And then she gave my mom some toothpaste in her cookie. Okay, so now that we got the light portion out, I'm just gonna give a trigger warning. Okay, so Ava, stop. That is rude. So it's my responsibility as a content creator to include a trigger warning. Trigger warning: the following discussion will discuss the following would discuss harsh topics such as sexual assault, sexual harassment, bullying, the R word, and etc. If these topics are too much for you to digest, I suggest and recommend you to exit the stream now. Love you. Thank you for the support. It's in my best interest to keep all my subscribers safe. So, let's see what y'all said. Did y'all like to play? She likes Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Street of Rage, video game, mostly racing, uh, fighting, board games, dominoes, board games, video games. So we all had like normal childhood, playing video games. So in my research, I was looking the phrase up, "boys will be boys," and I was just like, what does that mean? So it's basically like the excuse. Oh, yeah. Well, not the hard R like the N word, but like the other R word. Dang, this computer. Hold on. How do you do this? Oh wait. I don't know. I don't know if that thing is gone. I'll just have to play a different way. But what was I going to say? Um, so it basically excused the behaviors of boys and men, as it shouldn't be a surprise. And actually, when I was researching it, I found a song by Lupa. I don't know how to pronounce this bitch name, but she has a song called "Boys Will Be Boys," and basically, I'm gonna put some of the lyrics up, and y'all can read about it. So basically, it talks about walking home before the sun go down, having keys in your knuckles when there's boys around. Then she's like, we're taught to not freak out. hide our figures. You know, that's pretty normal. We all used to hide our figures. Hold on, let me move Kaz's comment. Basically, you know, some of the excuses that we hear in the space. They, you know, it's on TV. You see sex on TV, so they can't help it. They want to, you know, try it out. Boys will be, oh, and this is the powerful part. Boys will be, boys will be, boys will be, boys will be boys, but girls will be women. Ain't that funny, right? So this is a couple pictures of what I want to show about bullies and stuff. Hey Zero, about bullies. Um, okay, so I want to show the codes also, so we don't get confused on how sinister this is. The offense codes was 20.0.21. So again, I'm gonna say it correctly. 20.021A to B. Okay, so I did my little research, and that's what it is. Okay, and we're not gonna pretend that it ain't what it is. What we looking on the screen. Okay, and y'all can pull it up and look it up for Texas. Okay, don't look it up for any other state, cause it might get you a little confused. Cause you gotta go by state laws, not by I don't know, but what the hell? Hell was it talking about? Okay, so now we're gonna discuss the age difference. The thing. Hold on, let me turn my daughter's tablet down. The thing I learned in college is to listen to the adversary's arguments and then debunk that. Lucky for us, this isn't gonna be hard, okay? Because the argument is that this action can't be predatory, perverse, or pedophilic by nature. Sorry, I'm getting a little tongue tied. It's late at night. Hey, gay babe. Because both the perpetrator and the victim are both minors, and I argue that it is sinister by nature. Okay, so let's put things in perspective. The victim and the perpetrators aren't even peers by definition. One being the victim, his or her last year of being early childhood, and the other, the perpetrator, is deep in adolescence. One is closer to being a toddler, while the other is literally going through puberty. So, the question I was going to ask y'all, right, is what age did y'all go through puberty? Hey, Joe W. I'm gonna put some of the facts up on the screen. Okay, so just to show this is a chart for boys. And now looking at the chart, I'm not gonna lie, my daughter is actually taller than a lot of boys because she's like 36 inches in height. So this is like the height difference, the weight difference between a 6-year-old and 11-year-old to 13-year-old, right? So you can see that the 11-year-old through 13-year-old is actually doubling the 6-year-old in size, right? Okay. So I know what you're thinking. What does this have to do with anything? Well, let me tell you to put your thinking caps on. Hold on, we got to put the thinking caps on. Okay, this is my favorite. Put your thinking cap on, yo. Put your thinking cap on. Now, the argument it was that kids often play together and explore sexualities together, right? But the age difference being so vast, I suggest something sinister is going on, and something that the perpetrator has a long history of doing, and most kids participate. I'll let y'all guess. Let's put on our. What y'all think? What do y'all think? Y'all breaking this down for real? Oh yeah, she for sure gonna be taller than me. Okay, so what y'all think? What y'all think he has a history of? I'm gonna let y'all guess. Y'all ain't gonna put it in the chat, so I'm gonna just tell y'all. Let me tell y'all. It's bullying. Oh my goodness. Nobody thought that kids can actually torture other kids through bullying. Like, okay, let's break it down. Okay, so this is like his age group. Okay, I want y'all to pay attention. This is where, oh, I forgot to add the little, wait, where's the little, oh shoot, I forgot to add the early. Oh well, but y'all know, 6-year-olds they're barely potty trained. So we're gonna go to the conversation. Okay, I went to go research it, right, to see if my theory was right. If there's some academic research on my my theory that this was actually a case of severe bullying, right? So I went to the conversation, right? .com, right? And basically, they said they conducted a 5-year long research on bullying and sexual harassment amongst fifth and sixth graders. Wow! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Fifth and sixth graders could be. Let me pull up the thing. Okay, fifth and sixth graders can be bullies and they could sexually harass people. Well, mainly the sexual harassment was a form of homophobic language towards each other, but a few instances include sexual assault. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all. Yeah, I hope I don't, but we're just doing the research. Okay, we're doing the research. We're doing the research. But you know what's the saddest part? That ain't even the saddest part. The saddest part is that most of the adults in the situation overlooked it or never took it seriously because it was kids, They're like, oh, it's not that serious, right? But doesn't it sound familiar? Wait, I thought kids couldn't be predatory by nature. Shall we continue? And another engagement question. What are some ways as adults we can ensure the safety of every child in our presence? So I remember seeing this, right? Explain what sexual harassment is and do not tolerate it in any capacity, right? This is for the early adolescence, meaning 10 to 14, right? So now we're gonna move down to what you call it. It's not really, well, it is similar to a PowerPoint, but it's I just really put all the pictures and stuff that I want. I took screenshots of what I wanted, and then I put it in Canva, and then I put it into the StreamYard thing. So this is educational. So you see a lot of Negroes ain't here tonight because they don't like to read. But we're gonna go to Kids Help. This is actually my favorite website, y'all, because this website actually breaks down like I actually use this for my daughter. Make sure she's like whenever something she does is not normal to me, I make sure it's normal. Like like she went through a biting phase, so I went to this website and I was like, is it normal for kids to bite? Apparently it is, but shit, they got everything. Okay, so they also talked about harassment and bullying. Okay, and sexual harassment and bullying. So they broke down basically all the stuff. That includes sexual harassment, but a lot of this stuff is modern day. So we're gonna skip all the way down to my favorite part of the article, which pertains to this case, right? Because I'm really invested into being the lawyer against this case and nailing it down because you know, I'm tired of people trying to figure out if this was wrong, if it was right. At the end of the day, it was wrong. We should not feel bad for the perpetrator. The perpetrator did what he did, and he got the consequences that came from it. And actually, it was a light consequence because they did report it to the police instead of taking matters into their own hands, which was very responsible. And, that was a high, because black people don't really report stuff. Well, who's to even say the victim was black? But this is why I had to write this stuff down because I would get off point. Okay, so I skipped all the way down to what if sexual bullying turns physical. So basically, it gives you the definition of sexual assault / the R word, right? And this means it's hold on, let me move Gabe's thing. Hey, Cassandra, let me move Gabe's thing. So it's like unwanted kissing, touching, oral. Hold on, let's go back. Intercourse. Let's go back to them codes. Okay, okay. So, which is a crime, okay? And then this is when we get the sympathy a little bit. what they were talking about on YouTube. Oh my goodness. It can affect the bullies too. They can go to jail. I mean, you can go to jail if you commit a crime. Let me get my fake tears on. You can go to jail if you commit a crime. I did not know that. If you force somebody to do stuff to you that they don't want to do, you can go to jail. Oh, we need to tell more kids this. Y'all should have been told y'all kids that about unwanted touch. Okay, let's go to bully statistics. And what I liked about this website, it actually backed me up about how I felt about the age difference. Okay, like, 6-year-olds and 12-year-olds aren't even peers, right? So basically, So basically, it's talking about how the age difference becomes it really makes it solid as a bullying, right? Because if one kid is older than the other or one kid is bigger than the other, then it's bullying. That makes it sinister. They're not playing. If one kid is older or bigger than the other kid and intimidates them to do things that they don't want to participate in, it becomes bullying, it becomes harassment, it becomes sinister. Period. Okay, we need to stop trying to act like a 6-year-old and a 12-year-old are in the same dang thing. Dang, I'm gonna be honest, okay? I ain't never admitted this, but most 12-year-olds are bigger than me, okay? As an adult. So, also, we also learned that we learned that sexual harassment is bullying, but not all bullying involves a sexual nature, okay? So, we this article really pulls together the power dynamic between the perpetrator and the victim. I want y'all to get that in your head, that it's really a power dynamic. That's what makes it sinister, because a 6-year-old and a 12-year-old, they are not in the same age group. Now, if it was a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old, okay, then maybe we can just be like, maybe they was just, trying some things out or whatever. But now we're gonna go to very well. I did four articles. Okay, I did 4 articles on this. Okay, so it gets into the tactics and the reasoning behind, right? So, what's sexually bullying and why do kids engage in it? Okay, so we get all of the definitions, and I know what y'all seen. Y'all see that word tween? Yeah, that's early adolescence, right? That 10 to 14, that's tween, okay? Actually, it's 10 to 12, 10 to 12. That's tween. That's tween age, okay? Tween. That's like barely a teenager, almost a teenager, sort of a teenager. Okay, so let's not pretend like, okay, you would never call a 6-year-old tween, okay? That's, you want to separate it. So, they give reasons why somebody might do it. So, jealousy, need for attention, fear of their own developing sexuality. I know y'all remember someone saying that they were experimenting. Okay, that word being thrown around is it's an indicator and double talk to me. But so yeah, let's look at some of the reasons why. So they want to feel powerful. And if you know anything about, the R word, it is about power. It is about overruling the victim. It has nothing to do with attraction. It has everything to do with power. To reduce insecurity. So, they might have low self-esteem, so they want somebody else to feel low with them. To remove the competition. Now, this comes from like the gossiping side. And oh, sir can gossip and he can make up some lies. He can screw up some lies. He can chop and screw some stories up, man. He good at it. I give it to him. He's good at it. Okay, so whether mimicking others. Okay, this is usually when you see little kids doing. So that's why you got to watch how kids play, because it tells you everything about their house. Okay. And then this is what I think. was going on. This is what I think was going on. It gave him a little excitement, you know, because you see how the person is reacting. Dang, girl, you all on my back. You see how the person was reacting. He was getting excited about people talking about it. So I'm gonna ask, what do y'all think was the reasoning behind it? Sorry. I'm just reading. Let's see. What y'all think? Do y'all think it was the excitement? Do y'all think it was feeling powerful and reducing insecurities, removing competition, mimicking others? Okay, we just gonna move on. All right. So my main source was fucking common sense. Okay, I really sat and thought about it. Like the first time I heard the story, I kind of conducted it in my head. Yeah, this is a bad case of bullying. Like, you know, this is some intense bullying. And then these are the rest of my sources, like where I got the articles and how they broke it down. Cause you know, I'm kind of, you know, they say I was kind of touched, so I was kind of, you know, I had to make sure I wasn't tripping, you know. So now, ladies, now that we see all the stuff that was going on, the women who was protecting Sir stuff, and y'all are looking at the background, the patterns amongst predatory adolescents, and now we understand what bullying is and how it can turn very dark, and it can get past punching, making fun of people. It can actually turn into like something criminal, you know. Not saying that punching and torturing and harassing people isn't criminal, because all that stuff is criminal, but do y'all think it was just boys being boys, or was it just something more sinister? Was it just kids playing and exploring, or was it something more sinister? And for me, I think the most predatory thing ever is that this person asks you to dispense what you see. Like, just not, don't believe your eyes. Like, people want you not to believe your own eyes. We're seeing what's right in front of us. So, I don't think it was any of this or any of this, you know? So now we're going to take it back to the Bible where we gotta kind of point the finger at women, kind of for our naive nature. Sorry, ladies, this is like, okay, ladies, if you smart enough not to fall for this ain't towards you, but this is for the women who got that Eve gene. You know, we all got the Eve gene, but you know the Eve gene where we just believe, like we just believe. Okay, so we're going all the way back to Genesis, where we witnessed our first ever predator, which was a snake. Okay. And we're going to talk about the naive nature of women could be dangerous, okay? So, basically, our homegirl, Eve, got tricked out her place by a damn snake. Can you believe that shit? And as I got older, I just started realizing we do need the order of protection from man and God. Like, we need holy counsel, because, you know, that's why I did the whole stream about choosing the wrong man, because you know your girl is pretty naive herself. You know me, Lexi, is pretty naive myself. Like I get tricked pretty good, but it do I you know. So we're gonna talk about the family structure, okay? Oh, I love this. It's like the umbrella, okay? So God, Jesus covers the man, right? The man covers the woman covers the child, and the child is covered. Well, not the woman covers the child, but everybody covers the child. Okay, so the child gets 3 layers of protection, the woman gets 2 layers of protection, and the man only gets 1. Okay, and when this order is broken, it causes confusion, man. When men become ahead of God, then he becomes an idol. When woman becomes ahead of man, she becomes disruptive. And let's not pretend, ladies, that us as a collective we make good decisions, because we're looking at this case, and women can see what's right in front of them, right? They can see the documents right in front of them, but they will turn a blind eye and act like they did not see it. So we need men to kind of jump in. We need husbands and brothers to kind of jump in and tell us, like, sis, No, they is not. Like whenever I was dating a guy, I'll bring him around my brothers. And if my brothers did not sniff him, like he didn't smell right around my brothers, my grandpa, I knew it wasn't gonna work. You know, I would try to make it work, but you know, I knew it wasn't gonna work. And when the child becomes ahead of his mother, then he is disobedient. Okay, so I'm thinking all of this was all of the family stuff is really important. So you really need to have Jesus in ahead. Okay, so ladies, we must protect ourselves from being led by the wrong man. Okay, and how do we protect ourselves from being led by the wrong man? We gotta pray. We gotta pray to God. We gotta pray to God, because sometimes you gotta pray people out your life. You hear me? You feel me? I do this all the time. When I'm dating a new guy, I ask God. I'll be like, God, if he is the one, keep him in my life. If he's not, then remove him. Bruh, and the nigga gets removed so motherfucking fast. We end up breaking up like the next day. And then what else? Okay, so basically I'm gonna use the umbrella thing again, okay? So let's listen, okay? Ladies, what is the use of a broken umbrella, okay? You see how broken this umbrella is? If a man is broken, he has flaws, major flaws that cannot be fixed, he ain't gonna protect shit. Like that shit is gonna be out of whack. Your life is gonna be chaotic. And then what's the use of an umbrella that we're not gonna use? Like we got a lot of women saying, "Oh, we need to be protected. We need to be protected, right?" But when the men jump in front to protect and get at this nigga, we get a whole herd of women hopping in front of this nigga saying, "Nah, you ain't gonna question him. We gonna believe whatever he said. We gonna believe this broken ass umbrella. I ain't carrying the good umbrella. I'm gonna carry the bad umbrella, okay? Because the bad umbrella makes me feel good about myself. I ain't carrying the good umbrella. I'm gonna leave the good umbrella at home. I'm gonna carry this raggedy ass umbrella, okay? So we need to let go of this umbrella. Okay, so now we're gonna talk. Oh, let me see how the ladies are going. Y'all not mad at me, y'all? Y'all not mad at me? Let me know. Press 1 if I did. Am I being problematic? Am I sounding like a pick me? Yeah, some 12-year-olds be big as some 12-year-olds, even 10-year-olds be big as hell, bro. Let me tell you, they be big as hell. That's why I do not work with them. Hey Beach. Hey Rilo. Hey Michael. Hey Sugar Bum. Not you over there singing that. Let me know if I'm being problematic, cause let me know. We ain't mad. Do your thing. Okay. Thank you, sis. Okay, cause I'll be a little nervous when I have to correct women. Uh, so we want to talk about our true adversary. Okay, we're gonna go back to the snake. You gotta. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna have to put on thing. Hold on, I'm gonna put on a little thing. One, just playing. You're not being problematic. Hopefully, I'm not losing too many women. Okay. So we gotta bring it back to our adversary. Okay. Only a fool that will not recognize the devil when she see him. Right. So we gotta recognize him by his traits. Okay, ladies. And what does the Bible tell us? A thief comes to only kill, steal, and destroy, or whatever. It says it backwards or whatever. I said it backwards, but hey, if the nigga's causing destruction and confusion, he gotta go, bro. Like, and let me tell y'all about the devil. He gonna tell you that lie, right? The original lie that set this whole shit off and that continues to corrupt the world is that sin will not cause you death, right? So that's why people keep going. That's why you have a nigga doing perverse shit to a 6-year-old and complain about some jail time. Because that sin is so deadly, bro. Messing with kids is so deadly, bro. Like for real. That shit will it will shorten your life on this earth. There's a lot of shit that shortens your life on this earth. And we know that. Hold on. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life in Jesus Christ our Lord. So Y'all better recognize it, okay? And now we're going to talk about false leaders, okay? So people who want you to not believe what you've seen, not question them, not research it, you know, not do nothing, you can't express anything different. They are wolves. Hold on. I don't know why this shit is delayed. They're wolves. Okay, hold on, y'all. I might have to put on my little video.
Something bad is about to happen to me. I don't know what, but I feel it coming. Might be so sad, might leave my nose running. I just hope she don't wanna leave me. Don't you give me up, please. Don't give up on me. I belong with you. Don't leave me. Only my girl, only you, babe. Only you, darling, only you, babe. Only you, my girl, only you, babe. Only you, darling, only you. Something bad is about to happen to me. Why I feel this way, I don't know.
Oh, okay, I'm back. So, well, what was wrong with her is that I'm not really supposed to rock her, so I'm just trying to let her sleep on her own, but she's not used to it. So back to what we was talking about. Basically you gotta kind of study and think of your own and kind of meditate, ladies, because people will really lead you the wrong way and they really will take advantage of your naive nature, because all of us, that's the one thing about women that is powerful, is that we can see the potential in everybody and we can see the good in everybody, but sometimes it's just not good. Sometimes we tricking ourselves into believing. So I want to talk about female elders, because some of them are really corrupt, and we just gotta, if an elder is telling you not to believe something with your own eyes, then that you're seeing with your own eyes, then they kind of messed up. So we're gonna talk about the Little Red Riding Hood, okay? So actually, ooh, I had to watch a play to figure this out. Ooh, because this whole story is an allegory. It's an allegory about sexual predators, okay? Well, when I was doing a research on it too, I didn't know they had a movie about it and stuff, and that the husband or something, the dad or the grandpa was like the wolf, and I knew it, because why did the granny let that wolf into her bed, and she was in bed with the wolf, which endangered the child. And so when you even think into it, right, the granny getting eaten by the wolf is really his corrupt spirit overtaking hers. So her knowing that the wolf was bad and her still allowing him around. Sorry, y'all. Um, what else? So I think his perversion. I think it was an allegory for his perversion corrupting and consuming the her morals. So sometimes you gotta beat up Granny. If she be letting these bad men in the house, you gotta beat her up. I ain't gonna lie to you. But that was my presentation. I might drop the link and let y'all come up and talk. But that was pretty much. I'm surprised I actually kind of ooh, I kind of breezed through that pretty fast. So I'm gonna drop down. Let y'all. I'm gonna drop the link and let y'all. She got ate by the wolf, which was supposed to teach women about men and how they could be wolves in sheep clothing. Yeah, I think the granny was up to no good with the wolf, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you, but maybe I don't know, because that would be a better plot twist. Is that she turned into the wolf with him? But I'm just gonna believe it because it kind of fits the narrative, and I'm kind of spinning the narrative like the granny finna catch a fade, like you know. I had to put that lady. She looked like my great grandma. R.I.P. to her. That lady used to scare the death out of me. Whew, that was a scary woman. Um. Oh yeah, I have to show y'all one more thing before I let the whatchamacallit. Let me show y'all one more thing. Don't feel bad, sweet sugar. Sometimes we do have to beat up these old ladies, and actually let me mod some of y'all up, cause um, don't feel bad, cause sometimes we gotta beat up these old ladies. Like these old ladies be tripping, y'all. And I ain't too. I ain't. At first, I was like, you can't beat up on a woman, like on an old lady, but if she got the devil in her, you kind of gotta fight old lady. You know. One time I went to church, and y'all, this is not supposed to be funny, but one time, not one time, I went to church, and this little girl was cutting up, and her granny took the Bible, and like she like she gotta like tapped her with the Bible, and then I was like, I know I'm doing Hillary Clinton and Queen Elizabeth wrong, but if they evil, you gotta beat the devil out of them. I'm not condoning elderly abuse. Okay, this is not a stream where I'm condoning that, but I'm just saying if you see the devil and it's in old lady's form, then sometimes you gotta lay hands on her and pray about it. Gotta lay hands on her. But even the Most High, even when Jesus came down, Jesus was flipping tables and cutting up and stuff. And well, nah, Gigi, she ain't got no cane, so we safe. We safe. We safe. Okay. Now, she try to run us over with that wheelchair. Then we out of there a little bit. But you know. Oh wait, no, that wasn't Sugar who said that was Zero. Zero. I'm not trying to. But you know what, Cass? I'm reading your comment and laying hands. In the Bible, in the Old Testament, there was actually violent. Like, I remember reading the Bible one time, and a prophet was actually telling some heathens, if you come over here, I'm gonna lay you out, basically. And David Johnson, he might have a point that the people in the Bible might be Negroes, because why was they really gangster like that? Like, y'all, I'm not. Let me take this picture down, because y'all gonna think I'm over here promoting beating up me moms and stuff. I love my grandma. I love my great grandma. R.I.P. to her. I love my other one, even though she mean. But sometimes, the original picture is worse because it was a little kid right there. But we ain't gonna hit the babies, but if they do have that, if they the omen, then we might have to side them a little bit, like, you know. But we ain't gonna hit the old ladies for real. Like, we ain't gonna hit the old lady. This is an allegory. Actually, if it was me, I would just throw holy water at her. Okay, I would throw holy water. I would start praying in tongues. I wouldn't hit. Don't look at me like that, Gigi. I wouldn't hit her for real. Like, I wouldn't hit her for real. Listen, I wouldn't hit old women for real. Like, but if it was a wolf, hold on. If it was a wolf, yeah. If it was this old lady, I would hit her. But if it was a real old lady, then I wouldn't hit her. Y'all, we gonna just skip past that. I said that I had that in the picture. Because I'm sophisticated. This is a sophisticated stream, and this is not a ghetto stream. Like, you know, you're right. You know what? Now that you said that, Fred, I think you know what? I think you're right. It might be a fair fight. It might be a fair. It might be a fair fight. It might be a fair fight if she can roll the boat gently down the stream. Because this is what happens when the old lady in the wheelchair, she like slightly runs over your ankle. Like, do you let her make it, or do you just square up? You know, what would y'all do? Press 1 if y'all would let her make it. Press 2. See, and I was trying to do a professional stream, but y'all know me. I just can't. I can't make it professional. This will have to be the 30 minutes. The 30 minutes of it was professional, okay? But this part is kind of ghetto, okay? It is kind of ghetto. I am from the north side of Houston, and I can't help myself. I just can't help myself. This is how it is. This is how it is, okay? And I'm not suggesting that we beat up old women, but if she rolled over your ankles, look at her frown. Like, why is she frowning like that? The old lady is frowning at the camera. Like, this is not nice old lady. Like, I can see. Okay, I would be wrong for this picture if she had cookies. If she had a plate of cookies in her lap, then I'd be wrong, right? I would be wrong, right? But since she ain't got no cookies, and she just sitting there with that frown, she's sitting up there stanking up that chair. That chair smell like obby ass, Oh damn, goddamn, all the cuss words. You smell like fuck, damn, shit. Let me stop, because this was supposed to be a professional. This is supposed to be on my. This is supposed to be on my YouTube resume, but let her make it only because I'm trying to get through the pearly gates. I got too many. You know what? You're right. You're right. We supposed to be heavenly. Y'all stop. Y'all stop. Kaz is right. Kaz is right. We not supposed to be over here wishing on the demise. You know what? Let me take that down. We're over here supposed to discuss about, okay, what did y'all think was the most interesting conversation? The part of the interesting. I know the triggering part was about, the kids and bullying and stuff. They say hell will be gonna be lit, everybody's gonna be down. Well, y'all can let me know. Sugar, you can let me know. I ain't trying to be down there with the devil. I heard he stank. I heard he don't wash. I heard he don't wash between his breasts. Fred, you got $5 on the old lady. She probably could run over some ankles. What y'all think? Let's see. Let's take that old lady off of there, cause let's put the Bible verse up here, because I ain't trying to make it seem like we over here beating up on old ladies and stuff. Like, this is not. We don't support that. We don't support that over here. We don't support beating up old handicapped ladies. Like, I mean, if she had the wolf in her and she was like a predator, like, let's say the old lady was a bad person. You know what? Let me stop trying to let me stop trying to wait, which one are you talking about? Who? The old lady or the wolf? I don't know. I had a sophisticated crowd up in here, and then I started being hood and ghetto, y'all. I started being ghetto. Let's read back through these old comments, cause I was just going through the. Sometimes kids will participate in sexual bullying because they see what others doing. Yeah, I agree with you, Gigi. But usually, when they're mimicking what other kids are doing, that's usually like, oh, did I give pillow talk? Okay, I did. That usually comes when little kids and stuff, not with like older teens. But then again, I don't know. Maybe I gotta go through the sexual abuse training again. Granted, the Bible do say you was a bully. Okay, I gotta admit, like sometimes people will consider me a bully, but I don't really consider myself a bully. Like especially, you know what? But I don't bully people who are littler than me. Okay, I bully people who are bigger than me. You know, like let's say there's a guy and he started roasting me, I'm gonna roast him back. But define bullying. Let's go back. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Okay, let's see. Wait, where did they have the definition of bullying? So, let's take his cause yeah, I could be a bully. I'm not a bully. I can just mimic people's energy, but I go a little extreme. I don't know when to stop. Um, are you trying to watch more? Okay, so harassment and bullying are abusive ways of treating others. People who harass or bully use cruel comments, gestures, threats, or actions that would try to insult, demean, exclude, shame, or hurt others. So, mm, you know, gotta think about it. Am I a bully based off that? Sorta. Cause I will exclude, I will insult, and I will shame. But it's only, I feel like, okay, it's not towards people. Okay, it's not towards people. Let me stop trying to excuse it. See, that's why I'm trying to work on myself because I could be a bully sometimes, but not to people, not to people who are littler than me. That's when it started getting like we bully each other. Like we cry together, but we bully each other like in the space. Like hi, Iron Fist. Um, what do we do? We bully each other. We used to get high on weed and beer and go look out for the alphabet guys to beat up. Don't do that. Well, Fred, that would be a hate crime. Actually, Fred, that would be even more sinister than bullying because then that's like homophobia. That'd be like, Fred, that'd be like saying you want a group of white men. You want a group of white men, right? Went around looking for black people just to beat them up and stuff. And one thing, Fred. One thing. My mom always told me this, with her being a member of the LGBT. She said that the LGBT men that got them hands. She said never fight them because y'all underestimate them a lot. They got them hands, some sugary hands, be carrying the punches like boop 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 boop. Plus they be mad cool. I don't even understand why a lot of straight men hate them because they be mad chill. Like I used to hang out with like a lot of them. Maybe because I was in theater. But hey, Queen of the Cow, I ain't seen you in a minute, boo. But yeah, that's when we have to like decipher when is it sinister. Like if you're picking on a minority group, then yeah, that. Or you picking on people like when it has like power dynamics. Like when it has power dynamics, that's when it's kind of like more sinister than you know picking on. Like let's say for me, it was never power dynamics. Okay, like let's say what people say consider bullying is like a guy start roasting me and then I start roasting him. We the same age, we in the same grade, we roasting each other. I just go further. Okay? I go further. And then they see him get frustrated because he ain't got no jokes. And then they say, it's bullying. But it's not bullying because he started with me first. That's different than going to pick on like someone of the LGBT because I don't even know why y'all mess with them because they do have hands. Like y'all be underestimating them. They do have hands. I never knew men took girls laughing at them being bullied. Well, sugar, I ain't gonna lie to you. I took it a step further, okay? Like a step further. It wasn't really laughing. It was really getting on their ass. Like he like I'm sensitive. I don't know why he would start with me first. He would start clowning me. Oh, you bald headed. And this one I was bald headed. And I was like, you ugly ass nigga. Get your ugly ass on my face. You ugly ass nigga. And then I don't know. It don't sound right now because I can't really pick out all the flaws he had. But I will run down all his flaws because he called me bald headed. Because why would you call me bald headed? You know what I mean? Like, why would you sit up there and call me bald headed, knowing that was, even though I had a fade, okay? But you're not supposed to call somebody bald headed. I got feelings too. And I got emotions. And he gonna sit up there and call me bald headed. And y'all thought I was gonna take that. That's the fool. They really sat there and thought I was gonna take that. Why a girl can't be bald headed in peace? Exactly. First, it'll be like, oh, you so fine, And then when I wouldn't give him, like, I'd be like, okay, thank you. Yeah, you bald headed bitch. Like, you bald headed. Like, you ain't got no hair. I'm like, damn, can I breathe in peace? Like, damn, now I gotta get on your ass and just be like, nigga, fuck you mean? You pigeon toed ass nigga. You motherfucking bird faced ass nigga. You motherfucking snapping turtle faced ass nigga. You motherfucking ninja turtle faced ass. You Raphael looking ass motherfucker. Shut your ass up. But that would be considered bullying because look, I use cruel comments, gestures. I didn't threaten him. I just got on his ass. And I said, what the fuck you wearing? You over here dressed like Arthur and shit. Trying to come for me? Because my fade is better than yours? Like, first of all, nigga, ever since I got a motherfucking haircut and started wearing a fade, I can't date niggas who ain't got a better fade than me. Like, I'm a girl. Step it up. Like, what the hell? Your waves ain't on swim like mine? Yes, Master Splinter looking ass nigga. Like, how, nigga, you ain't sleeping with your do-rag on? Yeah, he wanted to spread some hate. Yeah, I work in the morning. Good night. Yeah, they didn't think it was funny. Sugar bomb. It's not funny when I joke on people. But, now, but I'm surprised. I'm just surprised. Yeah, he kind of did, just like Arthur. But you know what? That nigga was cool as fuck because even though we would roast each other, we still would hang out with each other every single day. Like, we just, like, the way we would argue with each other, people legit thought we was together, even though he was ugly as shit. But we was always together. Me, him, and my best friend, we was always together. We always go to I told y'all, we was going to the motherfucking library. We wouldn't even study. What the fuck were we doing that as freshmen? We were fucking goofy as shit. We was over there. Yeah, you want to go to the library, play cards? Yeah, nigga, let's go play some Uno, bitch. Like, let's go play some Uno, and I'm gonna get on your motherfucking ass, nigga. And you know what? It didn't really start. He looked like Blinky in the face. Yeah, he looked all toe up in the face. But he was a cool guy. But now he was not cool when he was drunk, though. He was cool when he was sober. He was kind of goofy. The nigga name was Malcolm X, right? But y'all know Malcolm X is fine. But they were saying he was Malcolm X because he dressed like he was in the 60s. Can't even be bald in the spirit, right? But but as women, we give bald men chances. But women, we cannot be bald. Like, niggas will really get on our ass and make that like they. I ain't even. They'll make that like insult or something like But we over here rubbing these niggas' scalps and stuff. That's why I refuse. Take a breath. Okay. Only because you asked, Death Racer. Only because you asked. But you're right. So, back to this bullying, okay? So, when I start reading some of this stuff, I do participate in bullying. I do participate in bullying. Like I ain't gonna lie, I have called somebody gay, and it's probably not their sexual orientation. That's wrong. But using fashion to cover up his ugliness. Girl, I wish he was using fashion. He dressed like a damn uncle at Thanksgiving. No, he dressed like an uncle that can cook the best. The uncle that be on the grill, that's how he dressed. He had them little sandals on and shit. And y'all know how I feel about black men wearing sandals. That's like against the law to me. I'm ready to call the police. I'm ready to lock a nigga up. When I see a nigga in flip flops, it just triggers me. I don't know why. It makes my skin crawl a little bit. It makes my skin crawl. It's ick for me, y'all. It's ick. There's nothing icky more than sandals. I don't know. Maybe I just don't like feet. But ickiness is just like sandals and what else? A bad haircut. Yeah. Because once I had that fade, nah, I'm judging. Yeah, he had those Stacey Adams sandals. He had the Stacey Adams on. Like, nigga, where we? And then my grandma. Wait, hold on. Let's talk about these shoes, okay? My grandma got the nerve one time. My grandma had the nerve one time to say, "I got Avi some cute shoes, right, bruh?" And then this is when I had COVID, and then I finally got to see her for the first time. I got her some cute white sandals, bruh. Got my baby looking like she finna fry up some catfish or something. Like, why you do her like that? Why you do her like that? She had the sandals on. I was Beach in the back. Hey Beach. Hold on. Hey Beach, how are you?
Hey, mommy. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound perfect. You sound so clear. What mic do
Yeah,
you
I'm
use?
so happy. I was like, if I'm gonna be so mad if I click her link and it's acting all janky. Oh my god. I was
You got,
listening. I've been listening to you, girl. You're doing so good. I had to come up here and tell you.
thank you.
You
Even though
are
it started
doing so good. You're getting the award of the most turnaround, flipped it around, broke her down, rebuilt. She got built back up. Times 100
right.
fold award. Okay, of 2022.
A revamp. Oh, yep. That's one thing I know how to do is rebrand. Man,
Yes.
I had to think about it. Like, I was thinking about it. Like, I had to think about it when I was in college. Like, not in college. Like, this semester really made me think. Dang, this is my brand. Like, I can't be ignorant.
Hey,
Like, this is my face. Like, this all I got is my face, and that's what I represent. Like, that's how I'm
you are
representing myself.
right.
Yeah,
You're
that's what I want to talk.
doing really. Yeah, you're doing
Bitch,
good.
we're gonna have to collab on that. We're gonna have to talk about how YouTube is a brand, and we need to start taking this shit serious. Like,
Yeah, you
cause for
got
real.
it. Your intelligent. Your intelligence is way past.
Thank you. I don't really get to show it most of the time. That's why a lot of people think I'm ditzy. But you know what? I like people to think I'm a little dumb
Yeah,
because they
that's why
investing in me.
I don't play with some people anymore. Let me make sure I'm not delayed. Okay.
No, you good. Well, I don't know if it's delayed
Right.
or.
Always downplay yourself. So,
Mm-hmm.
dang it. Yeah, I see it. There is a delay. Let me see if I can fix it. The enemy, you just don't want me up here because you know I was about to give her a word. Hold on.
I don't know, right?
Mm,
The enemy be working hard. Oh, bitch, you got some magic because that number jumped up to almost 30 people, girl. Oh, but
I need this delay to jump to 0 in the name, okay, of my father. Okay, did it go away? Because I'm not playing. I'm up here about the Lord's work, okay?
period.
And I got time. I'll mute up and sit here, okay, like a whole gate, all right? Don't make me. Like I don't if it keep tripping up, I'll just go on mute and just sit here for the entire night because I got time. I go to sleep and like your whole live ended, and I'll just be sitting here and I'm like, just knock me off when it gets too full and other people want to talk.
Right. You know that
So
happened once
I was
that
like, she's doing it, she's getting it. You got people cheering for you that you don't even know, girl. You got people like you got a whole cheer team you don't even know. We've been
really.
cheering for you for a long time. You're not the only, yeah, you're not the only one. I'm just not gonna be calling people out like this is an award ceremony, okay? But yeah, you got a whole cheer team and we like she gonna pull it. We need her to pull, she gonna get it. And then one day, I don't know, it was a short. I don't know which one it was, but you figured out which man matters the most. He was like, I'm not putting nobody before God. I was like, there you go. Now
Right.
she gonna start, and you can start knocking him out. He's undefeatable. Like you're not, and that's what people don't be getting. Is like, it's really not me. That's their fears. That's my father, and he gonna knock your ass out. Keep playing,
Yeah.
and he's. Oh, I said a bad word. Let me repent. I apologize. I actually had some letters on, and I said a swear word. So let me apologize on my pros real quick. I might have to change my avatar because I might slip up, but it's okay. Um, yeah, so I was thinking when you was doing the story, right?
Mhm.
The Little Red Riding Hood, and you didn't go by too fast because really, for some people, their attention span. I think everybody they you did it at a pace that works again because when you'll begin like you'll come back and do that story again, and you'll add in the other things. You're like, hold on a second. We need to go back to why would your mother send you through the freaking woods by yourself? Let's talk about that. Why
What?
were you a little girl? What? Because see, when the grandmother lived in the wood, like there was no neighbors, there was nobody to like call for help. You walking through the woods at a time where there's bandits. This was at a time when that story was written, where you never travel alone. You always have a partner, and you don't go through the woods even on a shortcut because bandits lived in the woods and all this stuff. See, people don't know history and they don't get educated, so they don't get the timing of that story. This story wasn't written in 2022 Instagram time. This story was written at, well, hold on. You seen a little girl walking through the woods to Granny's. Like, what did Granny need so important? What type of lady in the woods need? What did she need that urgent that they would risk your entire safety, even making it through the woods without getting, basically captured, the worst. You know what I mean? Like there was no protection
Yeah.
for walking without a man. Like so that whole thing right there, something's wrong. And then you begin to look at Little Red Riding Hood as, why were you walking through the woods? Who sent you by yourself with no type of attendant? That is not how women were allowed to travel, particularly
They
even
need that
children.
protect. They need that
Right.
protection. The umbrella. She didn't have no
Somebody.
umbrella. And
Right.
you
So
know
who did
what made
somebody threw you
that?
to the wolves? Now you're seeing where I'm going. Who threw you
Mhm.
to the freaking wolves and said, "Okay, daughter, here you go. Here's a basket. Put on the brightest. I'm not going to even give you a green hood to blend in with the forest. I'm not going to even give you a black wood to blend in with the tree, a brown to blend in with the trees for like camouflage. I'm going to put you in a red hood. Come on now, let's see. Follow me. I'm going to put you
And
in the
red,
brightest, one of
red
the
is
brightest
that
colors."
color.
A red hood that anybody can see you coming a mile away and basically bum rush you behind. Okay, so I'm gonna throw you out here by yourself, send you through the woods in a bright red hood, and good luck making it there. And you're probably not coming back anyway. So I really just that's like, who sent you to your death?
Uh-huh.
So then you
Exactly.
begin to realize, wait a second, who dressed her in a big red hood? Because at that time, you couldn't, there are certain colors that you just didn't wear, you couldn't wear for reasons of it's just the way that those kingdoms work and whatever, the whole thing, it's suspicious. The whole story from
It
the jump
is.
of, like I said, her. So you was going through the woods with the brightest color. Like every
Mm-hmm.
predator around can zoom in on the color red. So you're a whole target. Basically, you're a walking target for any wolf, any predator, any serpent, anything, whatever's come upon you before you get to this house. That's grandma, which was a word, to
And
grandmother's
grandma
house.
was that, but she let that
That
wolf
in itself
in.
is suspicious because grandmother didn't live alone back in those times. Elderly lived with their people. Only people that lived in the woods alone was the witch in the like creepy the witch that sold herbs or the abortion. The lady you'd go see to take care of problems. They'd send a girl through the woods to the witch the doctor to take care of the problem when
Hmm.
a young girl would become pregnant or something like that. And if she
I
came
didn't know that.
back, yes, they always lived. It was a walk you had to do, almost like a walk of shame. Like, and they were set apart. The lady would be at a house set apart from the villagers, and you'd have to go there, and it would be a very, very excruciating pain. Like they wanted it to hurt so bad. It would be so, usually those women never ever were able to conceive again if they survived it. And I don't know
Right.
what they would, yeah, it was pretty creepy. I'm not going to go into any more details than that, but she would send you back and you didn't get to stay and like have a recovery. It was just kind of like throw you back out the house. The red
Hmm.
is really representing something. It gets pretty the more you, and I just threw you some gems because not many people are bold enough to even get up here first of all and acknowledge Christ as the head. They don't have that type. They're ashamed, and he said, "If you're going to be ashamed of me, then I'm going to be ashamed of you." So you have
Facts. You
to like, where your deliverance came from. You need to let the people
exactly.
know this is what I'm not ashamed to tell anybody. If you want to mock, I don't care. Like, my father will come down and knock you out. So that story's
And that's
good.
the
The more
problem.
you start thinking about it, you'll be like, you know what? Hold on a second. Hmm. The
Well,
red definitely.
that was when I was watching In the Woods, the play, the original play, the wolf, he had like genitals on his costume. And it made me think different. Like, dang, what does this wolf really represent? Like, why does he have genitals? So, and then I started, the stuff started happening on YouTube, and I was like, oh, okay, this, yeah, just like that wolf. But
Right.
what else is weird though? Bringing up the color red, right? A lot of women don't like back in the day didn't really wear red because red was like
Yeah.
something that was worn when women would get preyed on by men, like serial killers, rapists. They always had like a form of red.
Right. And it helped cover up blood from whatever happened. You couldn't even tell the girl why, like, because you throw a red cake. Right. That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
They don't even, that fabric, they didn't even make red it wasn't in the like dress code. It was like a color that was specifically used for specific reasons. Not like these days. You want to go out with a red dress. That's why it's very, very to this day it's
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 taboo.
yeah, there's some not with Japanese, not their culture, not so much, but the other, yes. But the more you dig into it, and the more you just sit and think about stuff like a simple fairy tale, I mean, yeah, bedtime story, they stop even. People started catching on, and that's why we don't see those books anymore. But I have the nursery rhyme books. I didn't when I had my daughter; she wasn't getting a single nursery rhyme because I understood. Wait, ring around the rosies. Oh my God, pocket full of posies, ashes to ashes, we all fall down. We're not singing that. That's about a whole plague and death. And then there's like Miss Mary Mac, all dressed in black with silver buttons all down her back. There was that chant we were saying, and it was like when I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible.
All of them
She
have
asked her
a
mother for like,
story, like
and none
creepy
of
back.
them have like a father in it that was like some kind of protect.
Mm-hmm.
Even if there was, it was except for
They're
Jack
missing
in that
that.
weird pie with pigeon that he opened
Mm-hmm.
up and it came out. That was representing a poison. That was when they started poisoning the food. They would put it in. They called it some type of pie. I forgot. They called it pigeon pie, and that was representing how to kill somebody with, oh my god, it's all murder and like how to die, how to get killed. Very,
The Grimes,
very.
right? They were the ones that were writing most of them. The Grimes brother. Even the Little Mermaid is kind of dark and sinister when you think about it. Cause I was like, I just found out that was like an allegory about the author being homosexual, and then he was like writing his experience and how he couldn't be with the man that he loved, so he rather turn into sea foam or something. So I was like, dang, these little kid stories ain't little kid, you know.
Well,
That's why you got.
when you look at the Little Mermaid, you have to wonder, wait, why is she little? Because if anyone was to even entertain that there was a sea creatures of some type existed, which that's actually in the Bible. Several, I'm not going to tell people where, but God talked about some sea creatures and sea monsters and all type of stuff, right? So if there was any type of being that existed in the waters, and there were, but they weren't little. They were like huge. That's the only way. How do you think a boat? You got to think the water is huge. The biggest body of like the water is huge. And these people, they didn't have binoculars and the type of like way we can see way far ahead now. Hence the Titanic. Nobody could see the freaking night. Like they didn't have that type of vision of sight. They didn't have the longevity. So that tells you whatever lives in the water had to be so big. When you would see it come up, you would have to see a tail. Like, oh gosh, what was that? They were the sea things, and the creatures of the sea was a real thing, whatever it was. So I was like, wait, how is she little? What's going on here with the Little Mermaid?
Exactly.
Because based on if this is a mermaid of a certain size and height, it would have been bigger than a dolphin. And you could see a dolphin like flip way pretty far. Like if you're at the ocean, those of us who've gone to the beach, the real, the beach, you see a dolphin. Oh, there's a dolphin out there. You can see it. So nothing's little about it. So then it starts to go all the way back. Like it's always like,
yeah,
wow.
it's like
you
sinister a little bit. Mermaids are like spirits of the sea. Like you hear about them in the Caribbean and then African countries. Like the Africans and the Caribbeans, they don't really trust mermaids because they're not good. They're not good creatures. That's also something we gotta keep in.
Like the sirens, right? It's like you will get right. So who made it like okay, right? Yeah, that's why Disney.
But Holly's
they
beautiful.
got a lot of who.
How the little the woman who plays Ariel, she's beautiful though, but the stories be kind of a little creepy. But I kind of mess with like the creepy stuff a little bit. I like stories that make you a little.
Got to. Nothing's that cookie cutter, right? Like that's where you get the kind of, even if something, that's how you get the little messages. You gotta face some of it. I don't mean you gotta go all like Charles Manson, glory. You don't. Even if you did, you still need to face some of the like, oh gosh,
Yeah.
that's a possibility this could happen, or it did happen. And like you were saying, people turn a blind eye. Like you're only gonna be turning a blind eye for so long until you admit you can. Like, okay, just call a spade a spade. That's the best. That's the most liberating thing you can do. Just call a spade a spade. It is what it is. You don't have to justify it. You can't try to repackage it and put a bow on it and say, I mean, it's here, here's some shit with diamonds on it. Like, it's shit. Call a spade and keep it moving. I don't know why people spend. I'm like, see, this is why people can't move. You're never gonna go to the next square until where you're at. They don't get like, you got to call out in that moment. Okay, in this moment, this is what this is: good, bad, right, wrong, or indifferent. You got to call it out, even if it's of your own making. But the thing is, what you were saying, I was like, well, hold on. When you was like, am I blood? I'm like, no, because your heart's not malicious. See, there's two different kind of, let me roast you. Like people, when they say something, I'm like, hold on, that was malicious right there. Like talking about somebody's haircut, okay, that's a joke, going for some edges, whatever. But then there are some malicious things like the foulness and the gutterness that come out of some people's mouth. It's nasty, and it's written. Let's see where it says what makes the body unclean, and it's not what goes in the body, but it's what comes out. And it's some
You better
people, and I'm like, when they talk, and I'm going to say this word and then I'm going to give you back your mic. When they talk, no matter how intellectual they try to sound, they try to use big words, they try to sound all like,
Mm-hmm.
they're the next runner up for like vice president. They try to really sound like they are so, analytically perfect. But the truth is, the stuff coming out their mouth is really foul. I'm like, you can't dress up foul, honey. You can't
Exactly.
make skank. You can't unskank skank. That's what we call it, a skank. They come
Mm-hmm.
around smelling funny, like I smell skank. Somebody in here, you can't wash that off. That's the type of curse that you've been given that can't be washed off because of what you're doing to your body and what you're allowing other people to do. And until you get that out of you, you're gonna walk around with the skank. There's all these are This is God's design. This is how he made it. Thank goodness, or
Yep.
none of us would know. None of us would have any clue we didn't catch it. So, that mouth and what comes out, how foul it gets.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly, it's more the women than the men. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry. When it comes to the
Yeah, we're gonna be
foulness,
honest.
yeah.
We're gonna be honest with the women.
Girl, that's what you thought of. Like you went. That's gross. They all when the women who always are reverting back to genital stuff, something's wrong with
Yep.
them. It's kind of
Yeah, you
like,
women.
yeah, rock with me, girl. It's like, you mean out of this entire read, you mean you couldn't make it through one conversation without coming back to the genitals, whether it be a man's genitals or the females. Something's wrong with you. Why are you mentioning, like, every time they talk, they're speaking on genitals?
Either that or on people's kids.
No, you got it.
And that to stop on that too. I hate when people talk about kids. Like kids and how you gonna roast somebody and then you bring up their kids? Like that's just not even cool.
Girl, I post my whole kids on my community wall because I be like telling people, child, I don't hide my look. I don't know what you people think you're doing, but fuck you and your doxing. Okay, you can't dox a person who I live my life open. Okay, the only thing is private are my ritual ceremonies that you can't get into. I said it just like I meant. The only thing that I have that people can't get into are when the doors are closed and locked, and you just can't be a part in that. Other than that, my kids are in. I got newspapers. We got articles. Like one of them is already broken, made a do the record in the state. I mean, we're like, I'm not gonna hide my kids behind a tree because I'm scared somebody gonna see a picture and roast my son's ear, like some weird shit. You know what I mean? Or play with the Photoshop. Yeah, like play around with their, like, you can't scare us about a photo. I wish you would. We fine. Like, we look good over here.
And what made me like with the people in this sector, that's what made me start thinking a lot of them are predatory because they can never just like they always gotta take it the extra mile. Like it just can't never stop at roasting. Like okay, like let's say me and you get into it, we start roasting each other, we start talking bad about each other, we start talking about each other's hair. We would just leave it at that, right? But these people take it the extra mile. They want to find out what you're saying. They want to intimidate you by, because I don't want these people, like some of these people, well, I don't care no more. I dox myself at the end of the day. But then they try to roast your kid. Like, what's the worst thing I ever heard is that someone called my kid slow. And I was like, I won't even go back and forth with her because she got a demon in her. Because why the hell would you even say about a 2-year-old? Like, that's demonic.
Yeah, like, were you there? Are you a doctor, a physician? Did you get some type of diet medical? Like, what are you talking about? You didn't have anything to say, so you just came up with your kids. That tells you people that usually say stuff like that. That's the reason they thought of that, because that's what they are. Like, they will project their fucking life on you. Sorry again.
Yeah.
Sorry again. I'm probably gonna cuss. I'm gonna change my avatar so I can cuss freely when I want to curse.
No, that avatar is beautiful, by the way.
Well, I'm gonna find where to change it. I know, but I'm supposed to curse anything. I love this. I've had this one forever. So, but yeah, they're not right. They're not clean. What's an unclean woman? That is the word. Like, an unclean woman isn't a woman that has a picture out on the internet. That doesn't make her. The unclean woman is something completely different. They on some, I
Exactly.
mean, they really are unclean. And when I was in somebody other, I said, "What? So this is what you would say? Why would you even? You ain't right. Like all the way from the head to the toe to your inside, like you
Mhm.
just it's something unclean in them, and it goes back to what you were doing with your body, who you were doing it with, how many people,
Mhm.
like you knew, like you weren't ignorant to what you were doing. You were well aware and you continue to do it anyway, even when you got warning signs. It's kind of like somebody dating someone and they end up at the doctor and got to take some penicillin because buddy whatever. All right, if you gave them a pass, you knew what you're working with, so but you kept going back. Like I was always talking about the girl, like I used to when I would do my lives, when I would do uploads, and I was given a story one day about the never ending floating bottle of penicillin that goes around. And with some girls I knew, like someone always has this huge bottle, and I'm like, why do y'all keep on taking that to clear up what you got? And you keep taking chances. Why not just stop doing that? Like instead of calling and saying who got the penicillin, like that is so.
Yeah.
Do you not care about your the most sacred part of your body that brings forth life, and not only that takes life? Like what are you doing? One day you're gonna, and I'm like, okay, when y'all get something penicillin that can clear up, you're gonna be sitting there looking like you about to take a dirt nap. And because penicillin don't clear everything, but the fact that yeah, mm,
Yeah,
unclean
that's
women, all were
serious.
unclean.
I like being like STDs. They affect women way worse than they affect men. Like STDs actually can make you infertile. Like they really can mess up your reproduction
Mm-hmm.
organs and stuff. And people need to like that's why people need to take serious. Like when men start cheating, you gotta let it go because at the end of the day, you putting your life at risk.
Not only your life,
Like,
your
mm-mm.
spirit too. Because if you take the D and change the disease to demons, and realize you can also pick up sexually transmitted demons, and
Right?
then people begin to realize, like, hold on a second, I was good, and then I started seeing this person, and I started getting weird. All of a sudden, I went into a deep depression. All of a sudden, I'm like, I forgot how to love myself. All of a sudden, I'm weird. Like, yeah, because you can pick up a sexually transmitted demon through, like, it's all type, not only diseases. The worst thing you can pick up is, well, yeah, that demon, and you got to
It,
get that out. Like that has to go. Like, so a lot of people don't even know what's wrong with them, and that's because they got all them spirits in them, and they're like, yes,
mhm.
whether it's through the flesh or instrument, if it's an object that was used to do something that the body wasn't meant to do. I said it. The body wasn't designed to do it. You're going to get some type of warning signs, and you need to stop. Okay. And then
Ex-
when you stop and repent and be like, you know what? This is not what you created me for, like to be doing that. And it will go away. Like you won't even want to do that type of stuff. Like you'll be good. And you will be as he made you to be, and you'll be glorious. You'll shine, you'll be great, and people will know it. And other women will then really begin to hate you because they'll look at you and they'll be able to see, like, dang,
Facts.
like
They
you just look clean. You just like that's it's I don't know.
you
It's a
just different.
reward.
Where you
It's a
have
reward for taking a different path.
when like last year was going on with me is that I was with a toxic person. He was kind of demonic. Ain't gonna lie to you. Um, I had lost a lot of weight dealing with this person too. Like I dropped to the lowest. I ain't been that low when I was kind of embarrassed. Like everybody who was like close to me, no,
It's
I was like,
okay. I haven't had any. I think I don't think I have any of those pictures. No, some, yes I did. Some still around, but girl, I got so skinny. Like some people will get extra big. I do the opposite. I would be like,
me
my mom will know when people will know if I'm going through something because I'll be like too little. I'm like, okay, are you
too.
okay?
Yeah,
I'm because I'm 5'9". So if I get thin, I'll start looking like, okay, a French fry. Like I'll be
well,
really skinny.
let me get some of that height, bitch. Let me get some of that height. You tall like a model.
But it's still
Um,
though, I still have legs, and there's still a nice healthy, like there's still a too skinny. And when I like that was when I was at my worst. I was skinny as a French fry, and even if it's something else I'm going through, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm dropping. Sometimes I want to, but then sometimes I won't, and it's like, okay, what's going on with me? Because I'm dropping weight now at a more faster pace. I don't want to drop. I don't need to drop any weight. So it'll be like it don't mean something's bad going on. It could just be just stress when I'm doing stressful things. Like my job's a little more stressful now, what I have to do. So I ended up dropping some weight, and I was like, okay. And people were like, oh, you lost weight. I was like, no, I'm not trying to. I'm gonna get it back. Like I don't want to lose anymore. Like stop. I don't want to.
People think that skinniness is always a good thing, but sometimes when you're too skinny, it's kind of embarrassing a little bit because I'm like, dang, like I'm too, like right now, I'm kind of like getting back to being too skinny, and I'm just like, dang, I need to like, I look at myself on camera, I'll be like, oh my goodness, I'm too skinny, like my legs are too small, like I need to go back to working out and eating like fattier foods. Like I reverted back to my natural diet. Like, you know how bad that is? Like, I have to force myself to eat like greasy food and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
cause my
you have to. It's kind of like no. You don't need to be on no diet. You need to go find the greasiest, highest calorie.
mm-hmm.
The fatty is like when I get faint, I'm like, okay, I don't feel so. What's going on with me? And that's my body will be like, if you don't go out right now and find the greasiest, fattiest, the most whatever highest calorie and put in your body, where you're gonna faint right here on the floor, like while you're driving. I'll pull over, I'll park, and I'll make myself eat because I'm in a I didn't know the word for it, but Duke told me, he was like, B, you should be going into how does he say it? Caloric deficit. Basically,
Yeah,
yeah, he said you go in when you go into your calorie deficit. That's what's going on. Which I was like, oh my god, just what it is. I'm burning off all these calories. I'm not putting in enough in, but I don't have the desire to eat. So what am I supposed to do? He's like, get some shakes, get some supplements. And then I still don't do what I'm supposed to do. I'm like, well, I'm going to do it this week. I'm committing to getting some supplement shakes and have them here. So when I feel that way, like if you run and drink like a inch, like one of those supplemental shakes, it'll put back in all the stuff that I'm not putting in, because I react to stress differently, and I react by, I don't know. I'm like, wait, what did I eat? Hold on a second. That's
and
not,
is that I get real sleepy. I get real lazy. Like when I don't eat, I get real like tired, like
lethargic as heck, walking
yeah.
around like if you blink, you like, did I fall asleep? Girl, I blinked the other day. I was like, I'm going home and I'm going to eat and I'm going to sleep, and nobody wake me up, and I'm turning my phone off because I blinked. I was at the light, and I swear I was like, all I did was blink, and I'm like, see, this is how bad things have happened. I'm going home, God, and I called. And I was like, I'm off. I'm not doing anything. I don't care if the sky is falling or if it's the coming of the Lord. I will see y'all at the pearly, at the crossroads. But I have to shut it down because I blinked. Now, what if I had thankfully I was on the brakes, but what if I would have like been driving? I could have hit, So I quickly, I think, I don't know if I had food. All I know is my only thing was like, go home, eat, and stop. Don't do nothing else, because you done burnt out. Your body is running on complete empty, like fuel, just like a vehicle. I was running on empty, and I'm gonna crash, and I don't want to like crash in like motor vehicle. That's the worst crash you could have. You know what I mean? Like I was like, and for no reason except for being, I don't have enough calories in my body. So
Exactly. It's hard too. Like when I was pregnant, oh my goodness, it was so hard to keep weight on. Like the doctor started making me count calories. You have to hit these calories every single day because you're just not hitting enough. And you would think you would be like, but at the same time, I can't really blame myself because I did have extreme nausea. Like every food made me sick. Like I could just not.
That's something that's not really your fault. Like on pregnancy, some women do the opposite, where it's like they want to eat everything up under the sun. There's the other side where some are like, even like food made them just like, I don't want and the babies, you just need enough for the baby, you'll be fine. It's kind of like,
right.
I've never heard anybody die from I didn't gain enough weight while I'm pregnant. You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna kill you. You're worse. it's far worse for you to be eating too much and during your pregnancy and going to the diabetic. You know what I'm saying? Preeclampsia like that. It's worse. If you gotta choose the lesser of the two evils, like if we have to choose, because sometimes, many times in my life, like I have to choose the lesser too, because I didn't make the world, and this isn't our home. You know that. This isn't our world. This kingdom belongs to somebody else. We're just here
Right.
to do our
And
time and
it
to
was
go
supposed to
home.
be perfect when we really think about it. Like God intended Earth to be like heaven, but Eve, she fell, she fell victim to a predator at the end of the day, and that's the deep part about it. Beach, how would you feel about my next topic being about like how people can be dangerously dumb? Cause I was thinking about that. Like I was thinking of Mice and Men. You read that book before?
Yes, I did. That was the honors English book, so you was a little nerd.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little nerd.
No, we good. We have hashtag sexy nerds. We're coming
Yeah.
up with all the words you can put make nerd out of. Like we got surd for sexy nerd, blurred for black nerd. Like nerds winning. I don't know what you've been told, girl. The
Right.
nerds are winning. The nerds out here helping people break codes and science, like figure stuff out because they won't take the time. They don't have. Everyone's not made with the same mind. They don't like. That's a gift.
Right.
It's a gift to see past all that what someone's doing. Like, girl, I already see what you're doing from beginning to end. I already see this play you wrote that you're playing. I already know what's going to happen. I'm 13 steps ahead. Hurry up and do whatever you're trying to do because it's like you already can see it's kind of watching a movie and you already
Mm-hmm.
know that
The
what's
plot.
going to happen, right? You already know because just based on how cinema works, you've already like, okay, watch what's gonna happen. She's gonna hurt her leg. Somebody like it's just one of those predictability things. You way ahead in the movie in your mind and you don't even realize it. That's why I have to pick foreign movies to enjoy that forced me to actually engage in a different dialogue. I mean, a different language to keep my attention because I
Mm.
lose attention. I'm like, I already know the movie you're making. So how am I supposed to be entertained when I'm like, oh yeah, of course that was going to happen, and yeah, she was going to be a double agent, and yeah, she was going to triple cross you. You know what I mean? And then it
It,
becomes unenjoyable because I already in 3 minutes plotted out the whole. Oh, that's what's going to happen. You know.
actually, you know what? Speaking of boring movies, like, I thought this one movie called Fresh was gonna be boring because it was like it was going slow in the beginning, and I was like, I think it's like it's about something, but it was about what I thought it was, but the plot was just like so good. I was just like, dang. Even though I could predict what it was gonna be about, they did trick me in the first half. I thought it was about her boring dating life, you know. But it ended up being
Ah,
interesting. I think it was on Hulu. What movie? It was on Hulu or one of those
that
sites,
movie
but
on called Mine did me like that on Netflix. I thought it was going to be about a bunch of rich people that just arguing over material things, and it turned out to be not that at all. So I have like, oh, like the first couple episodes, like, okay, and then like, oh my goodness, there's something here. Wait, hold on, and if I can't come back from it, like I don't, you know, come back from watching something that,
hmm
oh, like a better person in some type of way. Like I would have caught I need that to watch. I have to have something mentally stimulating. Like it has to make me think during the show. Like if that was me, yeah, I probably would have done that. Or oh, okay, how would I have reacted if I was this person, this character in this situation? Yeah, I would have done that too. This is a smart one. This one is super. Like yeah, that's how it's supposed to be for
but shows are not like that no more. It be like it's like they trying to be trendy. I think the
some
last good show.
you gotta find it. They be trendy and it's like both, but you have to really you know how they'll your recommendations will pop up. Mine be like some stuff that's you got to pay attention, and even if you went back and rewatch, you could catch like I didn't catch that last time. Was that
Stuff.
I'll be picking some things that make me like pay attention. I'll
I like
even
Black Mirror. Black Mirror used to trip me up, man. That show used to trip
I
me
wonder if they're
up.
gonna bring that back because it's been long enough time for them to have made some more. You know how you be like, why is it taking you
Hmm
like 2 years to come out with some episodes. Like, why would you do that? And they know everybody was watching Black Mirror.
Right?
That was
I
weird.
remember they had us sympathizing with that child predator. Like they try to make us do on YouTube, man. You can't be trying to make people sympathize with people that's that bad. I was like, dang, they really torturing this guy. And then when you found out why he was letting them torture him, he was like, oh, he deserved it. You know, he deserved that. They should have did him worse. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sympathizing for anybody. I have a life, and I remember some of my worst or darkest times when nobody walked around sympathizing for me. I had to get through the fire. Like I had to make it out the fire. My dang on self, which way. So I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean it as in, okay, you better, like, whatever fire you got to walk through. Either you coming out with no smoke, or you getting burnt the fuck up in it. Either way, that's not,
I
good luck. I'm not coming up here caping for people that I don't know you like that. You end up being. I'm not a man like. I'm gonna change my picture, and I'm on the name. Hold on, that was the third one, so I gotta change it. Bro,
but
I'll be
I
all up
don't
in order. I'll be catching myself like.
you know, you on top of it, bitch. This title is everything. Bullying spirit is alive and well. Yes. And oh big,
I
you
think,
know what I was
I
about
think the biggest
that
head. I don't know why my head is. I don't know why. I tried to make it smaller, but no matter what, that picture for some reason,
like
my head came out. I said I needed the photo though, and I had to update it. Like a lot of some people be using the same photo, and then they be photoshopping it, and that's why I be like in the side angle photos because those you can't Photoshop. And then some of these girls, I'd be like, girl, you do not look like that. I know you got a gap and you put your tongue right there so people can, when you smile, it can help cover up the gap in the middle of your teeth. You did not go out and spend thousands of dollars and have, an expensive oral or cosmetic surgery done. Like, or you used a teeth filter or you use an eye filter. Your eyes don't look like that. It's a lot of people going on their pretty based on a picture. That's why I'm like,
based
I
off of
use
them
my photos
filters.
from lives. So yeah,
It
all my avatars are from a live. I take a still shot at some point because I mostly do on camera. Well, this one was I don't know. I know I do still shots before the
now that's
live,
crazy.
during the live because I'm just not on camera now because it's bedtime. Like, I don't want to be on camera, but I do a still shot and then I use those for the thumbnail. Like I do my stuff in real time, so it's like no. That's the picture of the live I was on, and I did the still shot for the photo and used that for my thumbnail because I'm my own thing, so
You're your
it's all
friend.
like we see that filter. Nobody's eyes are that big. Nobody's pupils are the size of a freaking, tennis ball. Like, what are y'all doing?
Exactly. Hey, but what you do that you have to sign in? Why is it saying you gotta sign
It
in?
was doing that to me too, and I had to come to my laptop. I don't know if you got some type of super setting on your thing, but it made me so mad because it wouldn't let me. I wanted to be over there on my phone, chilling with you. Like I had to come to my laptop because it was
It's
not
like,
letting me. Yeah, I had to come
oh,
because I don't know. It was tripping. I said, screw this. Well, I gotta sign into my Google. I had to approve it was me. Then I had to approve it was me again. I said, hold on, I'm gonna end up locked out of my whole account if I keep on doing this. So I just
right.
stopped trying to sign in because I automatically should just come straight into StreamYard. I don't know why it's doing that. That was,
Man,
and I didn't want to get
that's
locked out. So I just said, well, I could sit up for a few minutes because I wasn't, but yeah, I was gonna be chilling over there in one area and I had to come over here because the mic's over here. And I mean, I could move the mic way over there. It does
good.
have a long cord. That seems like a lot of work though to take the mic over. It does have a long cord. I didn't think about that. I don't have to be right
Yeah,
here. That's how I
I
be
need me.
picking stuff out. But anyway,
I need me a new mic. Honestly. But I'm gonna start doing cam ups. I'm just not camera confident. Actually, like I just don't like how. I don't know. I just don't like how I be like looking nervous on camera. I gotta
you
break
don't have
that.
to because but we know what you look like in live in action, and it's not a questionable but did she really look like you don't Photoshop out your arms, you don't do
Mm,
weird tricky things. Like there's some people I'm like, you do notice. I notice every one of your body shots. You go out of your way to Photoshop out your arms. See, this is where women mess up at, and they show people where their insecurities are that they are super insecure about.
Right.
I'm like, every one of your pictures, you make sure to cut your arms off. So I already know you have an insecurity there instead of just saying, fuck it, this is my arm, or doing something about it. So you cutting off half of you're only going to get a frontal picture. And if you turn to the side, you're holding it up with your, like, all these tricks with the camera. I'm not with it. I know the snap like playing filters, those are for fun, but it's kind of, I think it's deceptive, and I don't support deceiving, especially men in a space that's like male dominated, when you know you don't look like that. Because
Exactly.
if you're gonna sell a fantasy, then you need to really be that fantasy. And so what happens is you will lose favor with people if you've sold them a fantasy of being one way. And even if your voice is selling a sexy type of voice, a young girl sounding voice, sounding like Will to, like, coming on here sounding like I don't know, whatever it is you're selling, at some point when you do come up and you don't match what you were selling, oh, you're gonna lose favor with people. You're gonna, it will work against you. You're better off coming on and just being okay, and this is you're better off coming on, loving yourself, loving, I don't even call them flaws, because ain't nobody get, like, nothing's perfect. Anybody who's got something that was perfect, they either went and made it that way, or it took some money, or either they worked on it that way. It's still not perfect. Nothing, too while looks bad. Like, even with the teeth, it's like, hold on, that's too perfect and looks too fake. Now they look bad. You can't have every single tooth lined up right. People they do not get it. They oh my gosh. I'm about to sue Instagram for emotional distress with them pop-ins things that they're trying to get people on. They are emotionally distressing me with the falseness of what I know you see them all day. Pop-in smile. They got like quick smile. Pop-in, got like 4 companies running this whole thing, and each one is watering them down worse and worse. Now they look like some freaking Halloween teeth. And it's so bad. I'm like, oh my God, don't do that. You're basically wearing Halloween teeth. There's no such thing as pop-in veneers. Like, that's not a veneer. What are y'all doing? People just believe it.
Veneers take like time and money. Like, it's a whole process.
It's so many sculpting, like, and you're gonna have like 8 different molds before you finally get to what look like. It takes forever to get several trips you have to go to. So I'm like, that you're about to be so messed up. And guess what? It come back wrong. And I be feeling bad for people. And this one girl, she did a review I saw on YouTube. She said, I want to show y'all. I wanted to cry. She looked better with her teeth like they were, because them things look like Halloween teeth. The gums didn't look real. They just made one type of gum. Everybody's gum, like black people, brown people gums are a little different color. White people gums are, like everyone's gum isn't this pink color. And so she was like, I wore them to work, and some of my coworkers like, oh, they're not so bad. She's like, but I really think they were being nice. This is horrible. I can look at myself and I'm like, she was so insecure. She's like, all day, all I kept doing was looking in the mirror at my teeth, and they didn't look right. And I'm like, of course they didn't look right. You popped in, you thought and she was so disappointed. And she did a review on YouTube, and she showed how what it really looks like, not what they want you to think they look like, what it really looks like, the fake of all that, and it looks like some Halloween teeth. And she was like, this was horrible. And I was like, I know, yeah, anything you think could come that easy, doesn't. The only thing, stuff like that,
it's gonna be bad.
Are photo shoots, if you are like into movie or cinema, and some of them want to do for a photo. And now with the editing, they don't even really need that. So they scam, and they done came up off a lot of money of people think if you think it's that quick, yeah.
People are just like, it's crazy how like everything is like Photoshop and stuff. Like, I don't even really use filters no more, because someone did suggest I should stop using filters. So I stopped using them really like a year ago, because it is like deceiving. Like, it's better to send a photo.
It's totally deceptive. I don't get how some people use the filter and it's like we really know what you look like. Like you don't look like that. They like so you just sent a headshot. Like you remember what was that? What was that place you would go get your senior portrait or whatever? For those of us who took pictures in high school, was it like?
hold
It was some studio. What was the freaking name? I know you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It was like some place you would go for like your cap and gown picture, your school picture. I can't think of the name, but it was something somebody's studio, somebody, and I had these headshot photos, and I'm kind of like, you do know, real men and real like we teach like our guys. Oh, we on Team Beach. All the guys over there, I've told them, look, okay, right here, where how far will she aim the camera down? If she will not show you this far down, something she's hiding is going on. Like we've talked to men because they got tired of getting catfish and getting deceived and getting these real gorgeous headshots. But the girl angle would always like she's elongating her chin. She's pushing up the jaw. They even when I saw they got the abs, you can actually Photoshop in a whole new stomach. Okay, now they pushing it. Like that,
like the photos, like you have women who swear up and down that they're the most beautiful thing on YouTube, but all they do is either use old pictures or filtered pictures. Like, show us something recent and something without a filter. Like, they always critiquing.
And trying to cut right. Yeah, it's still and it does no justice and I'm like, because now the men have caught on. And they deserve to catch on. I've helped someone. I'm like, okay, right here. See this? How she always shows the picture but cuts her arm off. That's because there's another whole half of the arm she doesn't want you to see that's hanging. Because if you see that, then you're gonna know she's presenting herself to be smaller than what she is, which is fine if she's bigger because you know that. But if she's selling herself to be smaller, you have a right to choose what you want. And it is, men aren't photoshopping their arms out. They're not doing that. Like they're just not, and that'll give a like for the woman you start from the top and work itself down. Okay, they may say, "Oh, I like a woman with a little hips," but they might not want the woman whose arms are waving and flapping in the wind. That's their choice. That they have a right to choose. They're just like, I don't deal with like, I'm not doing like we have our picks. They can have their picks, So I'll tell them like, you see this right here. She keep on cutting their arm off. What's going on there? And they'll look. They start zooming in. It's like, hey man, why you can't aim the camera past your chest? What's going on there? And it's like because they're covering up size K boobies. Those are like those oversized ones that's sitting on your lap. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm being serious. It's like
I ain't gonna lie to you. I do have that bad. I have that bad where I don't show like my body. I'll show just my head. Cause I love when people assume that I don't have curves. Like, I feel like they'll take you a little bit more serious when they don't see that you have like exaggerated curves a little bit. And that's what Cass said down here. Like, sometimes I will cut it, but I don't have no problem showing them. We gotta get to know each other a little bit more, before you get to see.
Your age. But see, at your age, like, honey, when womanhood kicks in, like your body will change from the 20s, then the 30s, right. And then there's the 40s body. Like there's like a timeline. So it's kind of like, oh, nobody could ever put down a woman for not being curvy enough or too thin because it's like, hold on, she got all type of shapes she's gonna go through, and especially when it gets to the one like curves and stuff come with womanhood. That's a part of it. Like one day I was like, how am I in the same size with my body? Where'd I get this from? I used to have a white girl ass forever. And then one day I had a booty, girl. I was so happy. I'm like, yes. And that's when I knew I was like, I got my woman, like the full, the natural womanhood curves you get, not you just ate too much. So it's another like type of figure. Mm-hmm. So your shape will change. So that ain't really kind of like you're not gonna have the same.
About that, but no, I feel like that's too controversial. I'm not trying to be controversial on that, but like a lot of people do that. Like a lot of girls will do that, overeat just to gain a booty. But that ain't my ministry because what if I overeat and gain everything but my ass? Then I'll be mad. You
That's
know?
the dumbest shit. I'm sorry. Let's see. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard. I want to eat, engorge, and throw off my body metabolism and
Mm,
make like for an ass growth. Then you with the wrong. Your self esteem in the wrong place. I'm sorry. That's if anybody's doing that, you're doing the dumbest shit I ever heard. Because at some point, when your metabolism slow down, you might do still have the ass, but you're gonna have 3 stomachs, back fat, armpit fat. You have a whole bunch of other shit too that now you don't want, and it's like so that's dumb. Like who? Why would you do that?
right?
Why would you do
I
that?
think for me, at first I was like insecure about being skinny because I grew up in the South. Like that's one thing you get picked on. If you were skinny, you get picked on. But then when I realized when I got to college, and I realized guys really do, like there is a market of men who like skinny girls. Then I was just like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm good. Shit, I don't gotta have no
right,
ass. These
girl.
niggas
That's
still do
overrated.
it.
Let me tell you. When I was in hip hop, it was so many guys that like a couple of rappers, and then they be rapping about like K Camp. A couple of them I've met, right? They will always be rapping about I got a big booty, like all that stuff they rap about, and then I go out and then I meet their wives at the events. They wives don't look nothing like what the girls they rapping about or the whatever chick they're with. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you said you love a chocolate, this, that, whatever. You with a whole like whatever, or you said you like, love me, what a it was the opposite of what they were saying in the lyrics. They totally selling a lie. Like Drake does not like BBW, and so and I was like, they had them girls over there like, yay, team BBW. He's like, I love my girls BBW, like to suck you dry and eat some lunch with you. And then when people found out what type of woman he likes thin, kind of like it didn't match up to what he was saying in his lyrics, and that's like none of them do. They just telling you the
Mhm.
stereotype of what they think you. They got y'all out here thinking y'all out here buying hips, putting it in. They don't even want that. That girl that always be with them be like a model skinny or she's shapely. She don't got no extra stomach. It's it'll be intimidating. It had me. I kind of appreciate it now because it had me getting on my game. Like, hold on a second, I'm coming out here feeling self-conscious because some of them girls like, okay, let me. So I like started getting my last on the third child. I was dragging on the weight, and then I come after all it took me was coming out to a couple events, and I said, this got to go. And then it started dropping. Sometimes you just gotta say, you don't belong here. I wasn't born heavy. Well, I was actually. I was 10 pounds 2 ounces. I was a 10-pound baby, but I didn't grow up heavy. So I can't finish heavy. Like I have to be what God created me to be. I was not a big girl when I was a little girl. I was small, and then I was regular in middle, elementary, skinny and tall in middle, skinny and tall and high, college skinny, like you know what I mean? Not skinny but thin. Let's just say or slim. We'll say normal size. So when I did have a little weight, I was like, this got to go. I don't look right. And my people, my sisters was like, I'm in a sisterhood, but we'll say, girl, you got to get that weight up. Your face too round. That's not you. And we're like, and we be calling ourselves out. We do not lie to each other and say, girl, you look good. We encourage you correctly. Like it's a way. Like the older woman will let you know. Like, are you? Because I remember when I let myself go one time, I didn't mean to, but I did. And I went
Older
to.
know if you look a hot mess. My grandma do
I went
that.
to
She
dinner,
don't
and
do
it's she said, Bridget, I couldn't even recognize you. You done put on too much weight. You need to get that weight off. This was like an old head. I put my head down in shame so bad because she was right. I wasn't even trying. I was like, you know what? Y'all will never say this shit to me again. And to this day, I haven't went to another, that has never happened again because she hurt my feelings, but she was telling me the truth because that wasn't me. It'd have been different if everybody that I grew up that way and they okay, but that wasn't me. I was like, I had just let myself go. I don't know what I was doing, but they was like, you don't look right. You need to get that off. That ain't work. That's not working for you. Some people, if that's not you, that's not you.
right. I actually one time, even though I'm like skinny, I never been called fat. One family members, he called me fat. I was like, that. Everyone's like, nah, nah, Fruitsy, you tripping. She is not fat. What are you calling her fat for? He was like, well, she need to get fat. I was like, he's just trying to pick on me. I'm gonna ignore him. Cause
You don't remember like how they would do like there would be this what like they do that more with dudes. They'd be like, "Hey, fat," but it'd be a dude. He real slim. They call him fat, or it'd be a dude they call slim. Like, and this dude not like it be. He was calling you
yeah,
the opposite.
yeah, he's like, he looked at me, he said, "You get." And then like, my baby daddy, because me and my baby daddy, we be clowning each other. I was like, "Oh, you're losing weight. Okay, I see you getting back to your original size." He said, "You gaining weight and no titties." I was like, "Shut up." So we just
Yeah,
be, I don't know. It's
that's not a
funny
bad place.
to have, yeah.
That
Well,
weight's
yeah, you know,
okay, but that can get back. That can get out of control too. I never again. When my milk didn't go down on, I forgot, but I was like, this is too big. If these don't go down, I'm getting these suckers. I'm going in and getting them chopped off because I didn't. And that was just at a double. It was too heavy. It was too much. Like I have a cutoff,
mine was
and I'm
at
trying
triple
to get a lift.
after
Probably within the
6.
next 2 years, I predict I'm going to get a lift. Probably, even though I have good boobs, but I want them to stay that way. So I'm probably
Right.
going to get a lift. I don't need to
I
cut any of them. Yeah,
I'm saving it to like maybe like I don't know, cause like let's say I get married or whatever, and I have to have another kid. I'm probably gonna have to, you know,
it's gonna come
work.
back.
Yeah, I gotta work out to like, that's also the reason why I start working out a little bit is to like maintain my breast. Actually, I kind of got them back similar to like how they used to before Ava. They're a little bigger, but they're
You
perky.
got
Like
time. You got plenty of time. I'm like probably twice. I don't know if I'm twice your age, but I know I got some time, some years on you. You got plenty of time to go through all the whatever. No, 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 don't do anything. Y'all young girls, you got some time because you don't want to have to go back. I saw some of my friends. They had stuff done, and they had it done too soon. Then they went and got then they got had the kids and all of it, and it come back way more. Okay, because they didn't really change the habit, and it was like you weigh in 10K on the body sculpting, and it's for what? For nothing. And the boot, like, then they did it
I
again.
think
Like you, don't,
they
yeah, they
tricked
did it too
on.
soon. They should have waited, had their kids, and then because now they
Mhm.
can't. If they go and do another, it's gonna be like you didn't spend over $40,000. That's way too much on body going under the knife.
See, trust me, somebody
That's
with BB that
I'm,
BBL body while pregnant is scary. Oh my goodness,
I would
it
never
looks
get a
so pop.
BBL. Never. That is
I,
I
I,
don't. You couldn't sell me that if it was at the fucking Target. Like I would never do that.
I would
I
never
know
get a
the
BBL.
story.
It's
I've
horrible.
been in the dressing rooms. I done seen the streaks. I done smelt the fucking twerk wind. Okay, because I had to go to the
Oh,
strip club.
it's
No ma'am. I'm not wearing a pad in my ass to help keep the drippage of fucking fecal. I'm not doing all that. It's too much work. You got to keep wipes and stuff around all the time. You have to constantly clean because the men complain because sometimes the sheets they wake up, the women can't control whatever. Sometimes during intercourse, and we're
ooh,
grown,
it
and
just
just waking
sounds
up. I know
bad.
they will. I some girls they got broke up with. Like the guy wake up and he look at the sheets the next day and there's like blood and shit, and he know like what the, and it's a turn off. Like so most girls I know is like they wish they never got that. It's like this is not worth it. The up there you can't. That's that's like not a clean area. So imagine, and you
And it
can't
just looks
control it.
different.
So yeah, unless you got
Well,
to
some
be with.
people do look good because they did have bad bodies before, but I mean, it
Yeah,
looks
but
bad.
I don't know.
I'm glad Kim
Some
Kardashian took her.
pictures though, but some of them pictures, folks, they be wearing, like bodysuits with it to help uplift
Mhm.
it. No, that shit don't be looking good. Some of them have it come out looking like a pamper booty. And then if your leg size not proportionate, if you got them chicken, like the legs don't match, and it's like only if you got you have to go to a really good doctor, like one of them LA doctors that like take the time and you went in several. No, no, I mean, girl,
That's Dr. Miami. I feel like he's the ghetto one.
he
You know what?
is.
I actually is the devil because he the one that introduced all that stuff.
Yep.
They do be looking nasty.
You know that's
And
actually written in the word what
ass.
God said. You know that's in the word where He said, "Do not start cutting and defiling the flesh and doing all this." We're not supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
doing that. Like that's in there. I mean, I'm not. I mean, it's in there, and there's a reason. Like, well, I wonder why. I would read past that, and then I started to think about. I'm like, oh, you know why? Because it's going to tie into vanity, and a lot of people are going to keep on. You're going to keep experience like, and then it
Right.
turns to covetousness because then somebody looks at Let's See and it's like, oh my God, look at Let's See. Now she's getting 1,000 likes over her butt, and then they begin to covet your body. Then they go and do it. It causes covetousness. So I get it. It's kind of like you better love yourself and be like, you better love me and my little booty, and he will. The right guy. And he would never want you to put your go under the knife, a risk of something like that, and you have to go into the upkeep of it. You know, it's just they never tell you the. I don't know why they don't tell the stories of it. I don't know why they don't tell you.
And it's and having to fly back on your knees. Like, that's embarrassing because you done got your booty done. You can't sit on a plane because it's freshly done. But it's also a flex when you don't have an ass and you can still pull a black guy. That's a flex right there. That means you're really something special. Like, you know.
Yeah, well, legs look good. That's why Beyonce brought legs in. Her and Rihanna gave me hope again because all I had, well, I was long as legs. I had legs and titties and no, I was straight up with they'd be like, because I would hate when they say, if only you had a little like more ass, you would be a 10. I'm like, stop telling me that. There's nothing like, I hate y'all for saying that. And then, but I have legs, so Beyonce never had the big booty either, but she got killer legs, and Rihanna got nice legs too, and Rihanna ain't got no big ass either. So Rihanna brought when they came out, especially Rihanna, because Rihanna like 5'10". So when they came out with legs, I was like, I started having hope. So I started coming in, I started back wearing my shorts again. So I started back wearing finding the shortest shorts I could find, stomping in the room with them legs, girl. Them heads be turning because people forgot legs. Like, oh shit, long legs matter. Okay, hashtag legs, long legs matter.
Do matter.
Girl, I have won over nations with these legs. If I had to choose ass or legs, I'm keeping my legs because nobody sees your ass until you're walking away or you from behind.
Mm-hmm.
But the legs, they're gonna see you coming. They're gonna hear you stumping. And you sit girl across these legs, and I'm sitting talking. I'm walking out with the whole building, okay? And I don't even see. That's the thing. I tell people all the time, I accomplished all my goals sitting with my legs crossed because they're long, and I don't even have to. I don't have to do none of that. Y'all got it effed up, and we just in our culture didn't appreciate legs because our girls would have the thinner. They weren't appreciated. Now it's like, hold on a second. Them legs is like, yeah, everybody see your legs. Nobody see your butt unless you really naked and nude. Like they don't really see what it's truly shaped like what's going on there until you're stripped all the way down, or in a bathing suit, and nobody's walking around, just
Everybody got to have a big old ass. See, and I saw what big old asses attract. I don't like those type of niggas.
Right. I don't want that.
Like little asses.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
He would date. He's like, man, I'm an ass, man. I'd be like, yeah, you can't stay away from me, and I got legs. That was before. And then when I got my little booty when COVID, I don't know what it just. I really think it was just when I turned 40 thing. I think it was just like them womanhood curves. He swore it was him. I'm like, it wasn't you. You think you like I'm like, you think you, sir, you trying to give yourself way too much credit. It's called womanhood, and it's called you think you. So then why is it that I still look after you? Actually I'm looking better because well, what are you talking about? You did not like we trying to take credit for my figure. What are you talking like? If you don't get the hell on.
They be selling lies. That's the only reason why I lost my virginity.
It's a lie. Those are pipe dreams and lies, man. Okay, all right, buddy. But yet, let that girl, child. That is I don't know why our men do that.
I don't know. They be over there. Yes. Oh, you know what? Oh wait, I thought she said big boobies, but titty men are weird too. Like that's
they're all weird. Yeah, when they're like, I'm a titty dude. Okay.
Hey, babies. I
Okay,
just
buddy.
said every nigga who said he was a titty man, that nigga that cried over me. I'm just like, oh my goodness, it's not that. And they be older than me too. I'm like, why are you? Especially when I was like younger in my teens, so it's like, why are you crying? Like I'm
Those right
18.
there, those are the easiest guys. The thing about the booby men, you can trap them so quick because most of us, we're sitting down all day. I don't, unless you dancing around in a pole or something. If you got a job that requires you to be on your feet all day, and if you do, pity you. I'm so sorry. Well, no, if you're like a nurse or something, that's different, or a medical field, you're up and walking, that's different. But we're sitting and lounging. If you got the life that you inherited from the heavenly places. For those of us who work a leisurely job, okay, we ain't out here busting our ass, okay, we don't have to do that.
Right.
We get the leisure work and get the bigger pay. We're sitting mostly, so
Right.
you can really do a lot with the right shirt and a good perky bra. Shout out to those who ain't trying to be saggy and know how to buy a decent bra. That's my only thing. Is some of them girls, I'm like, girl, if you don't get a decent bra, what are you doing? You just sitting
Right.
there. Your shirt, it's kind of like you're trying too hard. Like, because a lot of guys, they'll get intrigued into the breast, but it's kind of like it also makes you look like you're trying too hard. Because
Right.
look at my titties, like, because you're just trying too hard. So you're looking like you're trying to lay a thirst trap, but
Man.
also with your titties, like if it's gonna come with the I believe I can fly arms, then it kind of doesn't hit the same. So what I'm trying to say is proportions matter. You just want to be proportionate. It doesn't matter if you size petite, small, medium, large, XL, 2XL, 3XL. What's after 3XL? Then you go to plus size 14. Oh, I got the sizes down because I was anyway. Wherever you go, all the way up to you big 44 size woman. Yeah, I didn't even know there was a size. I looked at this person's tag. Oh, this I just looked at their tag one day, and I was
Mhm.
like, I wanted to see what they wore, and that's when I found out they actually make stuff in a size like 28. I didn't know that. Like, what the? I had never seen anybody or known anybody like a size 28. And then there's this other person that was like a size 44. I was like, oh my God, they make that
44.
size. I
Wait,
know.
or is that a woman?
How did I didn't know that. I didn't even know the other side of the
Their
sport.
stuff is a little different. I think like they go like from the 30s and then up, right? Because sometimes like really small men they be in the 30s and stuff. That's where I like them. I ain't gonna
No,
lie
I'm
to you. I like
talking about no the 44. I'm not even talking about. I mean, a size. Well, yeah, you're right. I guess it would be. Yeah, it's
yeah, be like a medium or large for a man. And then a 30 would be like small for a man, like he real skinny, a little bony. I like a little bony. I ain't gonna lie to
yeah.
you.
You're using men's sizes. I was using the women's sizes because a
Oh, you
44 and
talking about
that's
woman being a
yeah.
44?
I'm talking
Yeah.
about women's sizes.
What? I
Yeah,
know
I
that.
didn't know those sizes existed. Like not that like maybe right when I had started having kids, I was probably 30 before I ever knew there was a such thing as a fucking 28. And then I saw it went higher. I got curious. I was like, I don't know what I was like, wait, what is going on? That this chick, because she was really hating on me. And I really was like, what the fuck size? Like, she would just throw these shots. And then one day, it was on my in-law side, right? Because they was hating on you, girl. Because I had all this black girl
Mhm.
magic going on, and some of them just didn't have that. Their Lucky Charms wasn't fucking working. And one of them was, them being. I just looked. All I'm saying is, I looked at the tag, and she had. It was a 28 wide, and I wanted to see what her mother. I looked at her mother tag, and it was a 44. Because like mother, like daughter, tends to get real. So like the chubby women, I'm sorry. That's why my mom, she raised me right when she said when you're full, stop eating, Bridget, okay? Because if you don't, I don't want you to be a chubby little girl in school. It's gonna cause problems. I didn't understand, and she kept me and stuff. But those women who were big, I was like, that's why her daughter's big. Why would you do that to your daughter? How dare you? So like mother like daughter, it becomes when I'm in. I'll give this lady a nasty look if I'm in a store and I don't care about her being fat. I look at her little girl and I see she done ruin her little girl life because that girl is wearing like junior size clothes and she in elementary school. Girl, you talking about we talk about them like a dog because they ruin their daughter's life by letting them be making them fat like them. Cause it's you the one that's like you made your daughter fat like you do that.
It might be a little bit of genetics. Some people can't help it. Like I had a friend, she was cute though when she was chunky, but she's just a pretty girl. Like she lost a lot of weight. She's smaller than me
Now,
now.
when you have a kid, you have an obligation to that child, to your daughter. You have an obligation to your daughter to set her up to be the best she can be up until when she makes all her decisions, like for herself. So if you are a plus size woman, right? That's fine. If you have a daughter, because with the boys, I have 2 boys and a daughter. With the boys, they're gonna be fine. They're not gonna be. They're gonna be regular size. We're not there playing sports and things. So your daughter, you have to watch it. She can't eat like you eat. You have, even if you're going to be big, that's fine, but you don't let her do that. So we would, all of us, all our daughters would be in dance or cheer or gymnastics, or we would put them in something so they wouldn't happen. Because after a certain point, her body will eventually have decided, okay, this is my form, this will be the size, and they'll maintain it. That's like, you're supposed to know that. So when I see a woman with, like, say her daughter's in elementary school, but she's really big, she already got breasts, she wearing like almost a junior size, and she's not in her size, she's overweight. I be looking at the mom, then I look at the mom, I start rolling my eyes because I'm like, why did you do this to her? When she was small and a toddler, you were supposed to say, okay, why you kept giving her a bag of chips every time? Why didn't you do something? You're supposed to have not wanted her to have the struggle that you have. Instead, you let her get, when you saw that she started picking the weight up, you were supposed to immediately do something about it. Instead, you let her get like this. And now those girls, we could never, ever change their eating habits. And we tried everything. Their lunchbox, in the school with a whole bag of marshmallows. We couldn't do nothing about it. It was like, we can't fix this. So I feel bad. And even now, those girls, like with my daughter, they're like middle school going high school. They're huge. And that's what I'm saying. And it's like your mother ruined your life because she could control that.
In my age group, they grew up with like eating disorders and stuff. Like, so, like, until YouTube, I didn't really comment on people's bodies because I was like, I want to trigger somebody into harming themselves. Well,
I never did, but then when they came for mine, I'm coming back for yours. That's the only reason I started, commenting. Right, because I know I got these shoulders. I got the shoulders. I got the Angela Bassett type of arm. Shout out to my star Angela Bassett out here killing it at freaking like 60. Like she like me killing it. Okay, AKAs be fine. I don't know. Y'all need to stop playing. Like, what is y'all talking about? I be like, look, we not.
You know what else though? Speaking of putting kids in sports, I think that's a good idea because it keeps kids out of trouble too. And it brings us back to the topic of bullying stuff. It's probably a less in bullying and like a lot of trouble if people put their kids in like activities. Like when I was a kid, I played soccer, I played basketball, I was in ballet for like 5 years. What else I did? I did theater. I was just kept busy.
I know, and all this, but it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be good at it. It doesn't matter if you're like, it doesn't matter. You're supposed to put your kids in those activities, and not only does it give them something to do, it gives them confidence. It just does something. It helps out. They're busy on the go. They ain't just sitting and eat. It's important. Yeah, and then there's some people now. Their kids they're barely doing their homework. It's just like, oh my gosh, all the weight of the world is on the kids. The few kids who. On a couple of kids gonna be carrying the whole weight of the world. They don't even know it because their parents stopped trying during COVID. They got so lazy because they didn't have to get them up for school and do all the routines that require. I think very little effort. I don't understand what's so hard about getting your child off to where they're supposed to be, getting education. They got lazy and they let them kids start running. Like what was that? You remember Lord of the Flies? Girl, I know your
Yeah.
baby's small, but this is how it is right now. I'm not kidding. High school is like the Lord of the Flies movie. It is so bad. One of the girls, I was like, okay, I can't work with you. Because I go into the schools and I have little stuff I do, right? And I sometimes I need a team of girls for something productive, okay, wholesome looking, girls that can pull off a wholesome look, not the ones with the 50-inch weave down their ass trying to pull off. I don't need to make this stallion. I need a wholesome girl for this event to come and help, serve or do something. And this one chick came on, my son's friend. He's like, Mom, so and so. I was talking to her. I was asking her like what she wanted to do or be, because they about to graduate like in a year, and she talking about, but man, I'm gonna be for the streets. She told my son that. I said, you can't talk to her no more. He's like, he chuckled. He was like, I don't like her when she said that. I'm like, who says that in high school? Like, I'm gonna be for the streets.
Maybe she was joking a little bit. I don't know why she say that,
No,
but
he said he wouldn't have told me that if she was joking. He said, "Mom, they don't like." He wanted to know, like, so what are you gonna do? Because they understand, like, y'all gonna be going off the school road. We're gonna start doing the college tours. What's your like? What are you interested in? And when she said it, she's like, I ain't going on the thing. I'm gonna be for the streets. And so she's not with us on the college tour. Oh, but then you need to get rid of her. Like, she can't be in our circumference. We're not dealing with illiterate
yeah,
women,
you do have to.
and we're not. How you gonna say you're gonna be for the streets? And it's bad. He having a heart. He's like,
like people who are like liabilities. They can be dangerous and they can hold you back. Like you can't have people who are dumb in your circle, cause then they make you do bad things and stuff. Cause majority of people, especially young people, they fall under peer pressure. You do dumb stuff because your friends doing dumb stuff. You need to put yourself around people who are gonna do the right things, who want to help you succeed. Cause then, like I looked around.
Parents forcing you to do that too, and they take like.
Mm-hmm.
That take them like, look, let me tell you, if you come in this house, like these are you can't have this for friends. If they smelling like a whole ounce of weed and all this stuff, my sons they understood. They got rid of them. The oldest was like, hey mom, I was in the bathroom and he stopped hanging out with them. I saw they was like, we are anti-drug, okay? I don't know what the hell I be listening to people like, girl, do you know I'm sitting on the committee with the DA? What the fuck are you talking about? They be saying stuff. I'm like, if you really knew what I do, you would shut up, because I could really probably hit you for slander, because my job requires what I do requires for me to be sober and vigilant, as the Lord says. But I do, and I'm required to not be in a drug induced type of environment. So no, ma'am. I be thinking a lot of stuff. It's gonna take one more time for a person to accuse me or say something slanderous that I don't do that. And you will never hear anybody have said I've done that. So you just slander or character assassination, and I'm going to I'm going to sue them for defamation, because I can't do what I do.
Yeah, weed is not productive.
And
it's not productive.
But I heard a girl when she called herself, I don't know what was up with her, but she was just on going on and calling me all these cokeheads, and I'm like, look, I don't care what people out here do. That's not my testimony, but I don't know where you get that from. You're just making it up. You're just assuming. I don't know what you do. Maybe it's what you do. And I don't care. But the fact that what I do, like, she had no clue. I'm like, you lucky. I don't feel like wasting my time with you. But I think the next time I'm gonna clip it. And I thought about it, like, dang, I could really get her on slander and defamation, because what I do, and with the DEA involved, okay, I ain't afraid to tell. I tell them all the time. They know, people know, like, you don't come through here with me when you know you just finished smoking and you smell like I know what folks do. I'm fine with it. I don't judge you for it. I don't care, but you don't bring it in my presence, because I took an oath to not be in a drug-induced environment, okay, or have that around me. So I was like, ooh, I could get her on slander and defamation. I could walk out on easy 5 stacks. I could come up off of you. So I'm gonna wait. All right, next time, if I hear it again, I'm gonna clip that shit. And I say, I'm gonna sue her just for the money. Like, I don't care about, you see what I'm saying? Nobody believes that. It's just the fact that she don't know what she's talking about. I'm like, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna have a hearing. I'm not even just like, my job like I could get like a free hair follicle. It'll show everything going back so far, and I would win immediately based on her accusations. You got up and publicly told the world that I was on coke. I don't know where you now you have to pay me 5 stacks for it. And I've gotten some people. I have. I mean, I've been to YouTube. It's not really YouTube court. I've had to go to court due to YouTube situations. I've been and it's real. It's the same court. You get a judge. You gotta appear. You gotta go before trial, or you could just plead guilty and pay. So yeah, I was like, oh, I could come up off of 5 rags. I just need to catch her again, and I'm gonna clip it, and just to take the money. You know what I'm saying? I know.
Yeah, I need to do that because all these people being lying on me. They done made up a whole STD on me.
Oh, you can get up % and you will win. Like I don't got some people like I've taken to court and I've had someone put me in a situation took me, but I came out with my hands clean. I'm like, baby, that was a dirty game that was playing, but my hands clean. I never accused you of doing anything that you didn't do. So I don't even know why you was wasting your time with me, girl. I had all my stuff, my videos, my I was like, The other ones didn't. They lost. Some of them even got criminal charges because they did the on revenge porn. It's criminal. Mm-hmm. They got banned off of YouTube for 3 years as part of their sentencing. I got some stories. I don't know why over here, people don't take action. But honey, if somebody slanders your name and does a character assassination with no validity, like I'm talking about, well, they really thought that based on seeing you. No. They had no validity to it, and just character assassination is automatically almost $5,000 judgment in court. Yes, ma'am. Man, civil court, and they have to
sexually harassed by women last year. That shit is crazy. That's why I've been chilling.
Just take their money. Then they got to go to court. Like they're gonna be on the docket. All of them, they have to go. And if they don't go, you automatically gonna win. So the ones who don't show up, you win by default. And if they do show up, they cannot retract. But you have them. Here's the proof of you saying that. Now they have to prove to the judge where they get that from. Did they really believe that, or were they the character assassination? And they can't. Most times, you're gonna win. It has no validity. They can't hearsay. They don't allow hearsay. They don't allow, well, I heard it. No, they don't allow it. So they have to prove I saw her, smoking crack in the alley. If they're calling you a crackhead, and people don't be realizing this. I'm like, y'all got the right ones, because I'll sit here all day and we'll go to court every week on 20 people and would not feel bad about it and be just sitting here like, girl, I made $70,000 this week on 12 people. You can group it all into one circle and hit them one at a time. I just haven't had any people that really rock with me like that. I and the one when they saw I was about to be like, okay, now y'all pushing it, and I got an apology. She's one chick, she apologized because she knew damn well I wasn't doing what they said. And I was like, you know what? I accept it. And I dropped it because she realized, she knew, it was like, okay, that was too far. Yeah, that I do have that video. And if I just wake up tomorrow and you gotta pay for that, because you really accused me of doing, you just made some shit up and with no validity, nothing to even closely back it up. And she didn't want to pay, so she apologized. I was like, I'll take it because you apologized, and I dropped it, and I didn't go for it. But yeah, you could. It's up to you. You can do whatever. You can take them, and it's very easy. You can even fill out. You don't even have to go down to the courthouse to file. You can do it online and file your case and set it, and then they'll send your papers in, and then you can start your they'll serve them. Yeah. And then they have to, if they try to avoid the process, they'll put it in the paper. No matter what, they're going to be served. Because some of the girls was not trying to answer the door for the process server, right? So what happens if you don't answer the door for the process server? They put it in the city that they live in the newspaper. So it's like an announcement in the paper. Let's see, you are this is a public service announcement that you are hereby being served this whatever to appear in the court on this date. So you can't outrun it. So if you don't show up, the person wins by default. So not answering the process server doesn't do anything but get a default judgment. They'll serve you through the newspaper. That's a little game for you. When people be like, I ain't answering the door if they come, well, then you'll just get served to the newspaper, which is embarrassing because now everybody who somebody read it be like, ain't that so and so's daughter? Girl, she in the paper. They said they said. Now everybody that it ain't even hush hush. Yeah.
But people need to stop playing with people online. That's the problem. Cause we don't know none of each other in real life. Like,
No.
shit. Start thinking about it.
Yeah.
When
I watch
I was
what I
watching,
say. If it
when you
didn't come
start,
out their mouth directly, I'm not gonna put it out there. Like I really be like, nah. I'm a crack or a joke is one thing, but if it's like something that can come back and I have to answer to, I don't even go there.
that's crazy though. That how people will really self and dox people's family members and stuff like that. That is crazy. Like they will really sit up there and research each and every one of your family members, bring up your kids, and then
I be
try to
like,
play like they the victims. Like, why are y'all doing that much?
they think well, that's why you have to get past the fear of doxing and be like, go girl, go at it. I like have at it. What are you gonna find? Like, you think you're gonna find some secret charges on me? I'm not a criminal. The
Yeah,
law is lawless, and I abide by
right.
the law. So good.
I
You
know what
want to go find some pictures? Have at it. If you want to make me your God and worship me and spend your entire time searching up my life or trying to find breadcrumbs, go at it. But I won't be looking for yours because you're not that important. But I'm happy to know that you are obsessed over me and looking for shit on me and digging and trying to find a file. Like when they doc, I look on somebody's page. I'm like, okay, so you found my married name. I wasn't hiding it. I mean, I'm trying to figure out why you thought you did something.
yeah,
It's
they be trying
like what? So what? You just proved my point. Like you just proved that everything I that come out of my mouth, I am who I say I am. So I'm just trying to figure out what was I supposed to do. Like, oh my gosh, they got my married last name now. You saw it. It's fucking Irish. So and move on. What do you like? What was I supposed to do? Go drive off a bridge? Like I just want to know what are we supposed to do when we look up and somebody got your name on the community wall? I was like, so is this the point where you thought I was gonna snap, lose it, and go drive off a fucking cliff? Like I'm like, okay, girl,
you
but
know, looking from a mature standpoint of it. At one point, I was just like, at first, I was sad about the doxing thing. They really finna dox me, but then after a while, I was just like, I don't care.
because you know
Shit,
why? It's a paparazzi effect, and once you realize you can't hit me with that again, it's almost kind of like it's better to go and get doxed.
get it on out the way.
Yeah, it's kind of like, and because paparazzi, and here's the thing: once you come on any social media app, you need to expect some psycho somewhere is obsessed, gonna be a obsessed groupie, obsessed fan searching you up. And you gotta accept, you know what? Once I came on here, I realized that now I'm kind of like a public figure.
Yep.
And someone may possibly go searching, just like that's what the paparazzi do with the celebrities. So you got to realize, as a regular person, what makes us think that we're so special? They be looking up the celebrities' taxes. They be digging in they mamas, their parents. They went all down in Oprah Winfrey childhood. You see what I'm saying? So why do we think our little,
Man,
regular people lives is beyond what I call the paparazzi effect? If they could
exactly.
find out, if I was Oprah Winfrey, I would be like, you found out all this about my childhood, but I'm still a billionaire and you still are beneath me. So how am I supposed to cry about it? Because you went digging in my life and doing investigation and research. I would take it. I'd be like, okay, you found out some it wasn't a secret. But since you went looking, I have enough money and power to probably make your life miserable if I had Oprah, which is what you should do. Folks, you need to learn to leave her alone. Okay, should make your life
Exactly.
fucking miserable. You have to accept it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. Why are you messing with? I wouldn't even stay in your square. Why you way over there with somebody? You can't beat that type of opponent. What's wrong with you?
Once
That's like,
I realized people start doxing, that's when I just realized that they lost. Just like, I stopped roasting the person who roasted my daughter. Because once you roasted her, you lost to me at the end of the day.
you
Because
did right.
on me. And you ain't got nothing on her because you don't even know her. You should start lying. So, trust.
Exactly. Just making stuff up, and that's what I don't. I don't see people like. I usually leave allowed that they start roasting the kids. I'm like, you just making it up, talking about it's the cousin, the baby dad, like they just go to making. I'm like, see, I will only entertain so much foolishness, and when it starts to get real dark, I leave. I'm like, okay, this is too dark, and I don't want this in my spirit. I gotta, this is too dark. So if it gets too dark, I leave. Yeah.
After it's like some of these people got old time demons, like the demons that Jesus cast into the pigs inside of
Into the
them.
spot, right? Mm-hmm.
Like
And that's
the
like my
hell,
problem.
see a priest or something. Like, and I know these people have demons because when you hear them talk about God and Jesus, they get so mad. Like they sound like white men who be atheists and stuff. But I ain't never heard black people really talk negative about God until I got onto YouTube. Like, y'all really hate God? Like, what the hell? Y'all are not normal black people.
Girl, they be like, yo, go back, go over there with your sky daddy. They be saying all type of like hateful stuff. You be like, oh my God, you really are a child of the devil. Like, you over here, you really mad. Like this one girl, I was on a whole live and I was like, dude, you are so gonna drop dead. He's like, I'm about to burn the Bible up. I'm sick of you. I was like, we were on a panel right over in the Masonic over in the Masonic sector where I spend a lot of my time, and they're Christians, contrary to what people think or they know about them. It's a Christian fraternal organization, right? So they're Christian. So anyway, well, I mean, if you're in a different, it depends on where you live, but anyway. They're Christian. They're men of God. They're godly men. They're not non-believers. So they're godly men, whichever, because you might be in Japan or you might be in India. And they got every culture has Mason. So if you're in America, whatever your God you serve, that's your God. So they were battling, and this one guy was he was atheist and trying to prove how much he don't believe in the Bible and hate it. And he was like, man, I'm about to I'll burn your Bible up. And we was like, okay, do it. And he was like, I'm not playing, I'm gonna do it. We was like, can't turn the camera on. We want to see you commit the unpardonable sin. That's blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. And we was like, we want to see, we don't believe you. You talking all that, but let's see if you really believe that nothing's gonna happen. If you say you set fire to this holy Bible, we dare. And he wouldn't do it. He was like, oh, I did it. Like, no, we didn't. Show us the picture. We want to see the picture where you burnt the Bible up. Because in their heart, they felt that fear when they said it, that thump of, I dare you. This other dude was like, I'm gonna go take a shit on it. I'm like, I was like, okay, bring it back and let us see where you wipe your ass with the words of Jesus. I dare you. Because there is that's what the unpardonable sin is, blasphemy against the Holy Spirit, and it is not forgivable. And so they never did it. They just kept on saying they were going to do it. And we was like, do it. Just quit telling us you're going to do it. And we want to see you, like, because they were, and that fear right there showed, because you felt that something in you was like,
don't do that.
Like, scared. They were scared to do it. They did not do it. I'm like, so don't play with me about, I don't even know why you're saying that. Like, you hate God that much, because we're not thinking about burning your books, but even the threat of doing that shows like, okay, you want to go too far, but if you want to do that, go ahead. We want to see what happened. I've challenged several people, because I'm like, when it start raining sulfur over your house, I'm going to be, or you spontaneous combust or something. That's a real thing, spontaneous combustion. When you spontaneous combust or some shit, we're going to be sitting right here like, damn, buddy, burnt up on the lot. Like, I will sit there and watch you burn up and be like, well, he tried God. In the Bible, there are people that drop dead that tried him, like drop dead.
That's what tried. You know what? That's another thing I want to talk about. How I think this is gonna be controversial too, bitch. But people just gonna have to be mad at this. I think a lot of witchcraft that people are practicing, it drives them crazy. Like every person I hear that practices that shit, they be having to go to that mental ward and stuff. Like, that shit is deadly. I don't know why these people be playing with demons. Like, demons are their friends. But they gonna learn to stop playing with them. Because they're tricksters. Why would you play with a trickster? They just come to destroy and cause confusion in your life and harm you. And you want to play with that stuff. Like, I don't know. I just miss the good old days where everybody was Christian. Well, not Christian, but they were just like they had order in their life, you know. But I don't know. We hit on that almost on that 3 hour mark. Beach. You have any final words?
Okay, I'm gonna jump down. I can't believe that went by fast. That well, and I'm at least I'm glad it's not late here, so I still got time to go back to sleep. Because I was so
Right.
exhausted. I was so tired. But then I hate when I sleep and I wake up and I'm like, great, I can't go back now. But I think I'll be fine tonight. I'm that tired. Y'all, that was just fun. I was just coming up to tell you good job, and then we had a good conversation, which is refreshing. Just to have a
Right.
conversation.
I'm trying to keep my stuff peaceful. Like I don't do the arguing stuff. You know, we trying to be adults here. We gotta we showing our faces. We are a whole brand at the end of the day. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to treat myself as a brand in real life too. I don't go outside dusty no more.
See, right. Like when you be like, okay, I know I'm just about to run in the store, but I really need to change your shirt because I see like 3 bleach stains. The fact that you would
Right.
even take the time and effort to change your shirt, because what if you run into somebody and you're like looking like you don't want them to go away, walk away thinking, is she okay? Because you have better looking clothes in there. So why are you walking out the house looking like, you sleep on that bridge? It's simple things like that.
Yeah, it's a really like, bro. And I realized that I was starting to look better because like I'm in mass communication. So whenever they would test out the cameras and stuff, they always make me get on the camera. Oh, get Alexis, get on the camera. I'm like, dang, is it because I'm dressed professional and the rest of the class is dressed bummy? I feel like
Yeah.
sometimes I'm missing it, like dressed bummy, because they would never ask me to do that if I was just bummy. But since I'm dressed professional, I guess.
Right. It does matter. Like, you don't got to be all like prodded down, but if you looking, why you looking all slobby and slouchy? Like some people, I've been like, I don't know, I can't remember. Was it today? I don't know. I think it was today. I guess I was looking at a live and I was thinking, girl, I've never seen this one chick. I've never seen her in anything but this slouchy t-shirts, and I would just think, do you not own anything else besides like these slouchy t-shirts? It's like it was weird. I don't know why she's. I don't know. It was kind of like
Right. I think
balmy.
sign
I don't
of
know.
low self esteem, and that's what a lot of us women we need to get out of is like dressing kind of slouchy, like because it can come off as you have low self esteem, even though
It
you might
does.
not have low, but
Yeah.
if you can experience, um,
Yeah. Because
you,
there's a, and then I'll say this and then jump down. There's a neat way to have a, what do we call it, a more relaxed slouch look. You don't have to
mm,
really look sloppy. I've got stuff that I'll be like, oh, this is my relaxed clothes, but they still look, they're not ripped or torn. They're not, I don't know, I can't find the word I'm looking for, but I know what you're talking about. And I threw all my stuff away so that if I was ever just like late, I got a couple of, maybe two I kept that are so comfortable, but I know don't go out in the house with that on because they're just like a comfort type of clothes I wear one time a month, and they're like my teddy bear clothing. It's like I can't get rid of that because it's so I save those for my hormonal days. I'll just say it that way. But other than that, I threw away every article of clothing I had that looked even if it looked like, is that a lint? Throw it away. Is that a bleach? Throw it away. And I don't even want to be seen out here with this on when I know I've got a closet full of stuff that looks great, stuff with tags still on it, dresses, like all these other things that I would not, that if I just know whoever I see, they're not going to see me in this looking like that. So why do I even have it? Throw it away. But there, at one point in time, I clearly must have been going through something. I had no problem wearing it, but I'm not at that place. So why do I don't need this clothes of oversized, balmy looking, you know, that's not who I am. And that's right. So congratulations on being your
thank
brand. You
you.
be the person who, like, the representative who people really meet. Be that person, because what everybody, first we meet the representative and then later
Mm,
the true person comes out. So what better than being, as when we meet, someone meets you, you are your what you're actually representing. You really are that. You That's what we call walk it like you talk it, walking in your truth. That's what that is. It's like, no, who you met me me as looking like that. I'm really that person all the way to the T. You know, when people say
Right.
stuff like, "Oh, you had me effed up," that's just something people say. It's like, no, they didn't. You're this and that and all those things. They didn't have you effed up at all. But then there are some people that realize, like, no, you did have them effed up. You didn't, you know. But
Right.
then why would they have you effed up? Did you present yourself in a way that they thought they could even that would float with you? So we have to go back and check ourselves sometime and be like, I will never again let people think they have the right to sit with me. Hashtag you can't sit with us. You got no business at my table or
Right.
even in my room. Matter of fact, why are you even in this building? You need to get out the building and go over there. You don't belong in here. We're not the same. We're not carved from the same stone. So go back to wherever you came from. And we have to cast our own demons away from us. And there's the only way you can do that is by staying consistent and being the true representation of the God you serve. Thank you. Let's see. I'm jumping down so you can end your
Thank
show.
you
This was
for
a great conversation. I'll be happy
that
going.
was
I'm happy now. I don't know, my last combo of the day with the person, we got to talk about the Lord amongst other things that was productive, not some what do you call it? You know what I mean?
righteous
Some
stuff. We
trash.
gotta we gotta,
Yeah,
we gotta do this again, be for real.
we will. We'll do it
Like
again anytime.
don't
I'm
have
about to catch them. Okay.
all right. Love you,
Bye, babes.
beach.
Love you too.
Bye. Y'all, that was wait, I don't know if y'all can okay. Y'all, that was Beach. She did a good job. She dropped the word. I don't know if y'all picked up on some of the crumbs. Like not crumbs, but like it was a whole meal right there. I'm telling y'all. Um, I know like some of the stuff might be controversial, but we all have to realize we all have different beliefs and how we carry ourselves and stuff. Like at the end of the day, I'm kind of controversial in the way I think too. Um, so I don't really be people say controversial stuff. I can't judge because I'm controversial. Yeah, I put up with it. So, what was I going to say? Bullying is wrong. We gotta choose our friends accordingly, and women we gotta start vetting other women too. Period. Because at the end of the day, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not meshing with a lot the collective kind of side in the collective because stuff we obsessed over don't make sense, and the stuff that we should be focused on we don't focus on, and then too many of us don't stand for anything, right? And we lukewarm. And what else? Shit, shit. Sometimes, you know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes women, we can hear about ourselves too. Man, we gotta get out of the like, especially as black women, we gotta get out of the way. We gotta get we got to wait. How do I want to format this? I'm sleepy, y'all. But as black women, we need to hear about ourselves too because we're too busy. We're too ready to give criticism and not ready to take in criticism. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, hit it on the nose. Bingo. Okay, so like not saying all of us, but it's a good amount of us who need to get our shit together. And if you're not willing to self improve every single day, you're not looking at everything about yourself and looking at what areas you can fix, which areas that you should build on, then you're not growing. And if you're not growing and evolving, that means you're not living. Right, ladies? We can talk about men all day, but fuck them niggas, okay? At the end of the day, we already know the nature of men, which is the nature of everybody. Hold on, let me bring back the scripture before I go. Where the scripture at, y'all? Because this is the nature of man. We all sin at the end of the day. Exactly, bitch. We ain't supporting bitter women. At the end of the day, we all sin. So we can't be saying, like Jesus was saying, how you gonna tell somebody they got a speck in their eye and got a whole log in yours? And that's what I'm basically saying. That we got a whole log in our eye as a black community where we are letting a predator make it. And you really got people arguing with they whole chest. They whole chest about how this predator should make it, and if you don't support him, then you're adultifying children. Ain't nobody adultifying children. You can two things can be true at once, okay? A child can still be a child, but a child can still be a predator to other children. What's so hard to understand about that? Are we not gonna pretend that kids don't take advantage of other kids? That kids don't do evil shit to other kids? Like, I've worked around kids before. I seen a kid take a whole nother kid's lunch and eat his fucking lunch too. That shit had me heated. Why the hell would you do that? And I was like, that's when I was pregnant. I was hormonal. So I was like, why would you do that to that little girl? You took her lunch. And then I was looking at the little girl. Why did you let him take your lunch? I would have had your back, girl. Why would you do that? That's the bullying has me all the way heated. I do not tolerate that at all. Like bullying, harassing, all that stuff. But the next topic we're gonna talk about is of Mice and Men. I think Beach dropped another classic. I forgot what she. I'm gonna have to listen back to it. But Beach is really educated, y'all. I'm trying to be like her. She educated, like for real. I be playing dumb, but I am dumb. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's a facade. I'm dumb, but I'm good at researching. But I'm finna go, y'all, cause I'm up too late. Ava's up too late. Oh, the Lord of Thank you. Yes, girl. Let me screenshot that, cause girl, you know what, girl, you on top of it. See, and it's not about agreeing all the time. It's about people who can iron sharpening iron. Okay, at the end of the day, shit, I don't believe in green all the time either. Like, I don't believe in person being carbon copy. Cause shit, you don't have to be exactly like me. You don't have to believe exactly the same thing. But okay, we gotta go. Bye.